What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Give me a minute here. I got a couple things I still have to set up. Alright, guys. Yeah, welcome to the stream, everyone. I think I got everything going. Gonna check the counter here. And I just have one thing I gotta do real quick. Normally I try to avoid checking my phone, but I apologize. Right at the beginning, I'm gonna do it once. And my phone just locked me out. This is why you don't do these things on stream. Alright. We should be able to get it going now, guys. You're doing a game raftel. Like making one? That's cool. Apocalyptic and survival with monsters. I mean, there are a lot of them, but I mean, if that's what you're interested in doing, that's totally cool. Personally, I'm not like the most survival-oriented guy, but you know, I know people who really like them. So, more power to you if you want to make it. So, how is everybody doing tonight? I know that it isn't a normal day, and I apologize, but I had some stuff I was doing yesterday with family, and tomorrow I can't stream either. I know I didn't mention that, but I can't stream because I'm tearing all my stuff down to move back into college. So we'll be back up, I think, like Wednesday, stream-wise then. Your favorite water starter is Charizard. I have some news for you, Pokemaster. It's mine, too. Get this today. Hopefully we get it, Filippo. Hopefully we get it. That'd be amazing to get today. Cosmic Chicken, what's up? Welcome back to the stream. And guys, I'm going to try to be a bit more conscious of my timing today, like, basically space it out with that sign more, because normally what I do is I just kind of ramble and hit the buttons, but if I like actually pay attention to that, we might be able to hit a few more frames and get a bit luckier. But, you know, talking in chat, that might not perfectly happen, but that's okay. Kareem, what's up? Welcome back to the stream. You're still Owen, just changed your name. That's all good. That's all good, Owen. You're currently trying to glitch Pokemon Yellow. I'll see the results on Discord tomorrow. Alright, Pokemaster. Your favorite legendary is Bidoof. Be careful with that, though, Thunderdale. You don't want to make a perfect one. Those are a little bit dangerous. Rusty references. Yeah, man, I mean, like I said, I just finished it. And I kind of want to watch it again. Like I said, even last stream, I was already like, I need to watch this again. It's just so good. And I had completely forgotten about it until it got brought up on stream. Ryan Palmer, is the Discord link in the description? It is! And if there are any mods in the chat right now, they can post that link in the chat for me, if they would like. I know a lot of them actually have the stream muted and just kind of watch the chat. But if, you know, one of them's listening and they could post it, that'd be awesome. Skythorn, what's up? Welcome back. But yeah, guys, if you notice, the camera angle is back to how it normally was. Last time, though, because I'm moving. But, yeah. I mentioned in the Discord, but last stream, I had set up... Ooh, just ate dinner. Something's in my throat and I sound weird to myself. It might sound weird to you, too. I'm not sure. But, yeah, so... Last stream, I put all my monitors on this nice, like, monitor stand that had arms and held them all up from one base. And it looked so clean underneath my desk, but I couldn't get it to stay level, so I had my camera placed differently. And then I found out, like, the next day, I already knew what, like, the weight limit of the stand was, but, like, 17 pounds per monitor is, like, you know, really heavy. You wouldn't think that, there'd be any kind of monitor that would weigh 17 pounds. I looked up and mine weighed, like, 18 pounds each, which is a little bit ridiculous, but, you know, I'm going to go with those weights and not risk it. So I had to return it, and that's why we can put the camera back. Because before, it was sagging. Like, the monitor that I'm using right now that this camera's on, like the one right in front of me, it was like just sagging at an angle and leaning forward, so the camera was just falling off it. Consider you a new member? Oh, you joined the Discord? Awesome, Ryan. Welcome to the Discord. I hope you enjoy it. From last year, I remember when the guy said, Original 151, jokes coming in. Well, he met a YouTuber called Original 151. He's hilarious. I should watch him. I'll have to look into him. I thought it was like some kind of reference to Gen 1, but yeah, I mean, I guess the name in itself is a reference. I just didn't know it was the name of another YouTuber. Just hit 2,000 runaways for Rayquaza. Well, good luck, man. I hope you get it. Hopefully you get it a bit quicker than I've gotten this Treecko, like I say. But yeah, I feel like we would have the Treecko if I stream more often. But like I said, I just never really could. Will change a bit. In a way, it'll change, and hopefully there'll be more time to catch him. But yeah, hopefully you get that Rayquaza. He keeps expecting it to be shiny, but well, same Skythorn. I keep going, you know, well, I'll probably just like be this random one while I'm in the middle of a sentence, and then it never is. But what is a Discord? It is, it's basically like a mixture of like Skype and some kind of forum, where there's like a whole bunch of text channels and voice channels and stuff, and you can join and talk to other people in the servers. And I have one set up for this stream, so anyone who like wants to talk outside of these streams as well, there's a link down in the description to it. It's free to join. And yeah, there's just a bunch of people who hang out there and talk a little bit. I'm in there a good bit. My car go fast. Already Pokepuns. In 2 weeks, I got more than 200 subs. I know, Nuno. It's crazy. We've gained so many subs this week. Like, this week alone, it was amazing. Also, I'm noticing a glitch on my screen. Are you guys noticing like a slit cut out of the middle or anything, or is that just my screen? I think it's just mine, but if it's showing up on y'all's end, like a slice, I can't really point to it because I was gonna like put my hand on it, but I can't because it's in the like dead center. Like right now, the A is cut off for me, or like part of the A is cut. But if it's not showing up for you guys, then it's fine. I'll just deal with it later. Did I see your shiny Pick-a-Pick you put in the Discord? I did see it, OGs. That's awesome, man. 6069 is your final guess. We'll see, Ryan. We will see. We're pretty close. We're pretty close. We'll probably get to about 6,300, 6,350, somewhere around there tonight. Okay, so you guys can't see it. Good, good. I think it's just something with my monitors and my graphics card. Like, I just had to turn the monitor on and off, and I wanted to make sure it wasn't something, like, actually computer side, it's just monitor. Because, like, I noticed the E was wonky in the Pokemon logo. But is there a reason I chose Emerald? I wanted the legendaries. Like, I want the legendary Weather Trio as shinies, but you can't get those in ORAS anymore because there's no events for it. And they're shiny locked. So I wanted to do that. Plus, the only thing I could stream was Game Boy games because I have a GameCube I can capture from. I don't have any way to capture DS footage. And I only have yellow, leaf green, and emerald. And I'm about to sneeze, guys, so I apologize. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, so I can choose between leaf green and emerald. And basically, if I want a shiny hunt, and my copy of Leaf Green is in Japanese, so I figured I'd go with Emerald first. But anyways, I'm getting pretty excited about going back to college and stuff, and so there won't be a stream tomorrow, like I said, and that's just because I'm packing, and I'm moving in Tuesday, so I have to have everything packed up by tomorrow night, which means my computer and stuff would be torn down, like, midstream, at, like, the latest. So, basically, I just can't, like, stream tomorrow, unfortunately. I'll be streaming probably, like, Wednesday once I get set up, because, like, Tuesday will be too hectic, but Wednesday I should have a good bit of time. I can actually, like, stream, make up for missing tomorrow's. But yeah, so that's why, like, if you notice right behind me, there's some cardboard boxes. That's me packing up all my stuff in the basement. Gotta get clothes, computer stuff, all that packed by tomorrow night. You have 4 to 6 of your Ultramoon team planned out. Rowlet, the Special, Rockruff, Salandit, and Jupiter. Awesome. Awesome, Pokemaster. Yeah, so I think I've heard it right, but you know, so that Rockruff and a Lycanroc are like a special one that can only... It's essentially an event Pokemon, I think. Pokenerd, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Will I please give you gym luck? Everyone, give Moo Studios, aka Owen, some gym luck. Hopefully you get through it in one try. Otherwise, we just go level up a little bit, and hopefully you'll be able to make it through then. At least you can retry if it doesn't work out, you know. Do I see your profile pic? You can't see. I can't see either, Skythorn. You're late. Oh well, welcome, Cellular Gamer. You're not too late. We've been going for only about 11 minutes here. Is the Rockruff mystery gift? I'm not sure what it is. I think so. But basically, like, only a specific one can have the item that's needed to evolve or something. I don't know. It's weird, and I'm kind of upset that, like, you can't... It's just not a normal Lycanroc evolution. Like, that would have been cool if they just, like, either had 2 different ones in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. That'd kind of be, like, their incentive to have all the games. Or if, you know, they just added another form in, you know, something like that. Why they have to make it an event is kind of beyond me, and it's kind of dumb. It's not, you don't think it is? From what I've heard, it is, like, some kind of, like, event-ish Pokemon. Like, you may have to go somewhere. I'm not sure if it's mystery gift or not. It's the This is the one elusive Treecko. What's up, man? Welcome back to the stream. Yeah, this one has been taking a while, and guys, this is encounter number 6050. So after this one, I'm gonna reset the save. Cosmic Angel, what's up? Welcome to the stream. It better be mystery gifts because you're not driving 30 minutes to the nearest GameStop. True. Yeah, those. I don't know. Those are always kind of fun to get out and do, and I'm definitely lucky having GameStops within like 2 minutes of me. But yeah, like, events that require you to go somewhere are kind of limiting to a lot of people. And now, we are going to reset the save, because we did not get one on 6050. You have a good feeling I'm going to get it today. I hope so, Cellular Gamer. I'm actually trying a little bit more of, like, the timing stuff to, like, spread out the RNG. But it's kind of hard to do that, like, keep a good timing and talk to chat and stuff. So, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we can get it tonight, though. That'd be an awesome way to, like, kind of transition into the next couple streams, which will be taking place in my new apartment. So it'd be kind of cool to, like, have the Treecko saga kind of all combined in this one place, you know, and while I'm still at home and stuff, and then start in a new place with a new Pokemon. That'd be kind of cool, I think. But hey, if we don't end up getting the Treecko tonight, we'll still go for it, you know. Like I said, I've been totally, planned and prepared for it to take a long time. I'm just hoping we get it soon, though, because, you know, I kind of want to move on. I want to have some hype for Shiny. I want to get some Shiny hype going, and then I want to start doing some other stuff. Someone did a Pokemon Emerald all gold symbols run. Oh, man. You're kind of giving up hope for your Shiny Nosepass. Oh, no. Hey, if I can keep going at 6,051 encounters, you can keep going for that Nosepass. I believe in you, Ryan. Which Rockruff do I like the most? So the Lycanroc I like the most. Honestly, it's between the 2 original ones. That's not narrowing it down a lot, but I'd honestly probably go with the midday version. Like, the midnight one's really cool, but I don't know. I just kind of like the midday one better. Shiny though. I'd probably go with midnight just because that dark blue. 6122. Never give up. True Filippo. I mean, like I said, I have the patience. I've done a lot of shiny hunts before, so I have the patience for this. It's just a matter of, it's the first full odds hunt. It's, you know, a longer hunt. If someone did a Nuzlocke sleep lock randomizer of a Pokemon game, you would say that this guy is hardcore. I don't know what a sleep lock is. You don't know why people hate Dusk form so much? I don't hate it. It's just, I thought it was okay. I just don't like that it's a special Pokemon, essentially. I want it to be them just adding more Pokemon to Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I don't want it to be, oh, and then here's this Pokemon that you have to have the new game to get, but, you know, or, you know, but, or it might even be in all four. But it's like, you know, but you have to go to this one place to do it, or it's a mystery gift that's only going to be available for so long. Because I think that's what it is. I think it's a mystery gift that you have to collect sometime in, like, the first, before, like, the end of January, I think. Is like, it releases either the night Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon come out, or it releases, like, the next day or something. I think that's when it comes out. And it is, like, a mystery gift or something. It's really dumb. Oh, welcome back! I'm sorry, your name scrolled by. I read it. Silly Sylveon. I just wanted to make sure I was saying it right, because my prediction was not right. I was going to say, like, Sylveon or something. Yeah. I knew I was reading it wrong, but I just had to go back and check. Treecko hates me. I hope it doesn't. I hope when it finally shows up, it'll be a very happy and friendly Pokemon. But that'll require it showing up first, and it is being the master of hide and seek right now. So we will see how this goes. I have the patience translates to, I really don't have much better to do with my time. Hey now. Nah, I mean, like, if I hadn't done other shiny hunts, like, granted, obviously I have to have the free time to do it, but if I hadn't done other shiny hunts, I would have been like, screw this, at like 1,000 encounters. I'd have been like, I'm not one of the lucky ones that gets them super early and just stops. Yeah, we would not have been going nearly as long if I was, like, just done with it when I didn't get it in the first, like, 1,000 encounters. A sleep log is basically an entire playthrough of a Nuzlocke randomizer if the Pokemon falls asleep. If the player falls asleep, the lock is dead. So basically you just can't use like a bed to recover health then? Like, I don't feel like that'd be too bad, but I also feel like that screws you in the first couple routes. Yeah. I talked to her twice. How do you get the Dusk Lycanroc? You heard it. It's by Mystery Gift. I think it is Emboen. I think so. I think it's going to be available in the same time frame as like the Nuzlockes was for the original Sun and Moon release, where you just have to get it sometime between the game launching and a little after Christmas. So, you know, the majority of people who are going to get it will still be able to get it. But yeah, you can't get it yet. It's only going to come out once Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon come out. Hopefully not exclusive to them, but I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it was. You've been storming through this gym? Nice, Owen! I hope you make it all the way through it without any kind of hiccups. Oh. Oh, okay, so like you cannot sleep. Oh. So, that's basically just a single playthrough. Nuh-uh. I would not do that. Yeah, because it'll be going for like 12 hours at least. Shiny Sceptile is light blue with red balls on its back. This is true, yeah. Basically the tail becomes, the like red tail becomes the balls on the back. What level does Pineco evolve? You're too lazy to look it up. I can't look it up either right now, and I do not know off the top of my head. I don't think I've ever actually had a Pineco, because I don't know if it's been in any of the games I've played. And I think my mom decided to run the dishwasher right when I started the stream, so there might be water running for a little bit. And I apologize, but that'll stop after this stream. Shiny Sceptile looks so good. Agreed, Tony. It's good. Agreed. Olivia Lewis, you say it's 33 that Pineco evolves. Alright. The Lycanroc is a mystery gift. Let's go. Yeah, so you don't have to drive to a GameStop for it. Crazy, I'll probably collect it at a GameStop. Because, like, buy Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, whichever one, pop it in, and immediately collect it, you know. This is why you don't create many expectations for Dawn form. Yeah, I mean, I figured there'll be a Dawn form. Like, at this point, It seems kind of like that's inevitability. But however they release it's going to be weird because they can't release them at the same time, essentially, I don't think. Because then you would have the 2 mystery gifts at once. But yeah, I don't know what it would look like either. I have a feeling it'd be like essentially midnight, like the night form without the main. Like, that's the only thing I could really think of, is that it wouldn't have the main. It would just be Midnight with Lycanroc, Midday Mechanic, and other colors, pretty much. And it wouldn't have the, like, the parts that it took from the Midnight form, the Dusk form took from Midnight, wouldn't be on it. So I'm pretty sure it'll just be different colors, standing on 2 lights still, but without the, like, crazy main. Shiny Trapinch is green. It is, isn't it? Yeah. Really still hunting. Yeah, Gaming Whale, we are still going for this. Hopefully we can get it soon, though. It's getting kind of crazy. I want to move on to some other hunts, you know? Shadow's more quiet than usual. I mean, it's had its moments, and normally it takes a little bit to pick up. And we're still averaging about where we normally average. It just kind of seems like it's more of a, like, burst this time. Off topic, but you only shiny hunt when YouTube streamers shiny hunt, so you're not bored the whole time. I get that, Silly Gamer. That is why I picked up watching other shiny hunters on YouTube. I was always doing SOS Shading and Sun, and eventually I just like run out of my like normal content I'd watch on YouTube or something, and you know I'll watch like a series on Netflix or something when I do it. But there's an amount that like you want to do that, but you kind of want to just watch the shows, so you do something else. And that's how I found out about a couple like shiny hunters and started watching their streams. Was just because then it's like content that's kind of related and still interesting to me, and it's related to what I'm doing, but it's kind of just there, so I don't have to pay attention to it as much. I know what's going on. You just got your class list and teacher. His name is Mr. Bellew. Anyone know how to pronounce that? I don't, because I know I butchered that. I guess you'll find out when you get there, Pokemaster. Quiet chat makes your life easier. I guess it does, Brett. True. Why isn't there Pokemon school? I don't know. Just turn your school into Pokemon school. Arcena Bitonies, go. When you get back, you're going to hunt for Shiny Minior and Sun. Alright, man. Shiny Minior looks amazing. I'm so glad I got it. It is one of the few that I did end up with pseudomethoding for, though. Just because you can't SOS Chain Minior, and I didn't want to run around in the grass and risk messing it up and it self-destructing on me. Hashtag George Luck at 6066. We will see, George. Well, welcome back to the stream, and we will see. We're 4 encounters away. What's up, Mr. Sobalon? Welcome back to the stream. See you in a big Gleam Raichu. It's going to be 60-69. We'll see, Ryan. We'll see. That's also pretty close. Dust Noir in the future says, Dialga was primal after Gen 6. The credit should be given to us. I don't know what... I do not know what that means. I will level with you here. I don't know what that means. You're doing the pseudo method. It will be a pain, but it'll be worth it if you get it. Honestly, Minior, granted... Like, you know, this isn't saying Minior is always easy, but, like, Minior happened really quick for me. Honestly, I spent more time getting the Ditto than I did hunting for Minior or the Wimpod line. So 2 Wimpods and a Minior hatched shiny in less time than it took to speedrun the game up to Mount Hokalani. You're getting into anime. What animes do you recommend besides Pokemon? Depends on your answers. Depends on what you're into, though. It depends on what you're into, honestly. Because, like, you know, it's just basically like saying, I want to watch TV. What should I watch? I don't know. There's, like, super serious. Just, it also depends on, like, how old you are and what's appropriate. I'll be honest. Yeah, like Brad said, how old are you? Recommendations completely depend on that. If I got the Treecko, what would I do? Would I beat Emerald with it, or trade it to Sun and Moon, or something else? So Cosmic Angel, the plan is to play through Emerald using the Treecko and do a shiny badge quest with that, which means doing a bunch more shiny hunts and getting a shiny before every major battle of the game, like rival battles and gym battles and everything. So the Treecko will stay with us in this game through that, and then at the end of that, once we've done that and hunted for all the legendaries, it will get traded up to Sun and Moon in some form or fashion. I just don't want to... Granted, you know, like, Gen 3 doesn't rely on the battery for save, so it's not as risky. I don't want to leave it there. I'd like to trade it up so I can, like, put it in a Pokebank or something, and make sure it's, like, safe. If you like Pokemon anime, you might like Digimon too. This is true, from what I've heard. I haven't seen Digimon, or at least I've seen about as much of Digimon as I have of Pokemon, which is not a lot. But yeah, that'd be a good one if like you like Pokemon. If you're in middle school. Mirai Nikki. Oh boy. It's a good anime to see, especially for people that have nothing to do. It's action plus romance. It is. Yes, Yandere is action romance technically. Yeah. Maid Dragon is fantastic though. Like if you have access to Crunchyroll or something to watch anime, because I won't suggest other not as legal sites. Kobayashi's Maid Dragon was fantastic. What else is there that was good? There's obviously like Nichijou is great. If you just like random slapstick comedy, Nichijou is pretty good. Angel Beats, Initial D, and Noragami. Noragami, I would... As a generic, I don't know your taste in most things, I would say Noragami. If you like cars, Initial D is good. Hunter x Hunter is always a good one to watch. I've heard it's good. I haven't seen it, because you know, it's one of the bigger shonen shows, so it's one of those things I've hesitated on watching. Crunchyroll to watch ReZero. I haven't seen ReZero either, honestly. I didn't get into that season before my friends were all way too into it and talking about it. So like it would have like spoiled the entire show, and I just haven't gotten around to it. Because like I basically had to take the 2 seasons it was airing to not watch it and avoid it as much as possible, and now I just need to go back and watch it. Glad to see you didn't get blasted on chat for liking both Pokemon and Digimon. You know, that's kind of what the consensus here has been, is like game-wise, like the general franchise Pokemon, but like a lot of people have said that they really like the Digimon anime. You don't really like anime, so you avoid this conversation? I understand, Cellular Gamer. Not for everyone. Well, welcome back, Gleam Raichu. Oh, I sighed when he said Mirai Nikki. I mean, I haven't seen it, so I don't have like an actual opinion on it. But like, to make sure I'm thinking of the right show, I think it's like the Yandere one, right? Right, Reptile? Alright, so I'm gonna sneeze again. Oh. Who played Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of the Sky and got emotional by spoiler things, doesn't know. Filippo C donated $5, calling 6122, and good luck. Try to support my streams the best I can. Thank you, Filippo. I appreciate that so much. And I guess we will see if 6122 is shiny. And everyone, get hyped for Filippo in chat. That was amazing that he donated. I still haven't, like, going back to Rattel's comment, I still haven't seen or played Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I need to pick it up next time I see a cartridge of it somewhere. It's okay if I don't watch. You just don't like it if you watch one and hate the other because of similarities. True, yeah. Like, I get that, you know, people who kind of see something similar, but they're like, no, my version's better. And they don't even give it a shot. Yeah. Like, the fanboying to that kind of level. I get you. Remember your 6666. Alright, alright, I ignore that. We'll see. You have a Kobayashi playlist up. Gonna watch tomorrow. Alright, Pokemaster. Kobayashi was pretty great. You watch both shows, they're great. They're great the way they are, but Digimon is growing is growing much after the 1990s. Both of them is growing much. Okay. Yeah, like I know, like Digimon always seemed to be on more. I think in terms of like show, like the anime was always on, but I've never touched anything Digimon outside of seeing the show come on every once in a while. 6121, call it and you'll name it. All right, Silly Sylveon, you'll name it Treecko without the C. All right. I get 6666. Well, you have to name it Lucifer. That'd be a little bit creepy and terrifying. If I get name it Sprite. Yeah, I guess Cyanoid did call it first. I believe. So I will give Sprite if you are still here at 6666. But that won't be this stream. So I don't even know if I'll like hold it to that. I want to actually get some kind of bot set up for this chat so it'll keep track of whenever people call it. Because I don't want to like forget anyone's, and I also don't want someone to kind of claim that they had it, like they said it 20 streams ago. Because I can't see the chat. Like I can't see the old chat essentially. Like later on, I can't go back and look at like all these comments, which is unfortunate. If I could do that, then it'd be a lot easier to like at least keep track of it. But essentially, I've kind of just been going like, if it happens in the stream, then we'll go with it. If you name it, we'll take people off. Yeah, just name it slightly wrong, so it's annoying for the first part of the like shiny badge quest, where everyone's like, why is it named Treecko? It's spelled wrong. You have like a bad ROM or something, and then it levels up, and you're just like, why is it still named Treecko but poorly spelled? Name dog corn, similar to corn dog. Alright, Thunder Daniel. What did you have guessed? Did you have a guess? I'm not sure. Queen, yeah, he does track that, but it's like only when he's on. Like, he's moving right now. So that's kind of where it's like, I want to get something that it's always doing that. If I get 6667, should name it Sprite. Blaze Games, what's up? Welcome back to the stream. You think Gecko is a good name? Alright, Olivia. Yeah, I've had a couple people mention like Gecko would be a decent name for it. I think it would. It'd be kind of clever. How about Blue Gecko? We'll see, Gleam Bright. It's just gonna take, like I said, the name that like I have picked out personally is Corn Dog, and that was just kind of like decided like the third stream or something, which, you know, stream number 3 doesn't hold as much weight anymore, honestly. Because I think we're on stream 21 or 22 right now. I think 22. So it's been a while since I chose that name. But like for all these other names people are throwing out, if you don't know, it's basically the kind of like game with it is if you can guess the actual encounter it happens on, like the exact encounter, like numerically guess it, and you're still in stream when we get it, then you get to name it. Like you get to pick out a nickname for it. I should name it with the numbers of the soft reset. Yeah, just if it pops up right now, I'll call it 6081. Honestly, that'd be a kind of cool way to keep track of it, but that's kind of like unimaginative and not really fun when all your Pokemon are going to be named different numbers. Don't do it without a sponsorship from Geico. There you go, Adam. Gotta get the money somehow. You say 6093. We'll see, Blaze Games. We will see. Or Dova Hex, watch Omega Rubier. I need to watch that. I was told to watch Golder and Omega Rubier, and I think I'm almost done with Golder, because I think it's only 3 episodes, right? Like, I've watched the first 2. Name it Gecko, Corn Dog, Blue Gecko, Money, Cabbage, Yella, or Two Tail. I'm still sticking with, like, if it doesn't pop up on something that someone, like, actually guessed, it actually has, like, written down, which I guess, like Brad said, Queen's not here to write it down, but, like, for the most part, I'll just kind of go by honor system, but, like, no one guesses it, I'm going with Treecko or, not Treecko, I'm going with Corn Dog, personally. You got a good name for the shiny Treecko, name it Macy Gala Apple, or Meta Knight. Alright, I mean, if you can guess it and want to make that the name, then go for it. Otzi, what's up? Welcome back to the stream. Sprite, please. We'll see, Norbert. We will see. 6666 is still pretty far off, though. Golder's 3 episodes, and my Rubier is 3 episodes, but it's not finished yet. Alright, yeah. Yeah, I thought I had seen, like, episode 3 finale for Golder, but I wasn't sure if it did the same thing as Rusty, where it was in seasons. If it's female, it's got to be Corn Dog Chan. We'll see if we have enough characters for that, Ryan. We will see. If male Sprite, you really want it to be called Sprite, don't you? Yeah. Like I said though, Noibat, like, Corn Dog is my name if there isn't a guess for it. But if there is a guess, then I'm gonna be naming it. I will be naming it Corn Dog, or I will be naming it whatever if there is a guess, as long as it's appropriate, obviously. But if there isn't a guess, then I'm going with. I'm gonna be going with Corn Dog. Name it after an anime. I don't know what I would name. I guess I could name it after something in Maid Dragon. You know, something dragon related at the very least. What will be my next shiny in Emerald? I'm not sure what my next shiny in Emerald will be, Blaze. I do have a plan for after this. I'll be doing a hunt in Leaf Green, which will be a Charmander. But I don't know if I can even hunt for a specific Pokemon in Emerald, because I'm going to be doing random encounters. I'm going to be just running in the grass, essentially. Either just running away from them and running around in circles more until we get one, or seeing if I can manipulate whatever shiny frame I get for Treecko to help me. If I'm manipulating the shiny frame, I don't know if I can actually... I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if the consistency is I'll get the same Pokemon. I don't know if I can control it. If I can control it, it might be a Ralts. But that'd be kind of difficult and stressful, I think, too, just because Ralts can run away. But we'll see, I'm nothing set in stone for Emerald aside from a shiny badge quest and a bunch of hunts are happening. But we'll see. I honestly thought I said Horn Dog and not Corn Dog. That changes the meaning of that name a lot. I know, what if it's a male hidden ability, name it Sprite forever. You really want it to be named Sprite, don't you know what that? We'll see on 6666. We will see. The gym is done. Congratulations. Glad you made it through that gym. PG chat, don't know if that'll... Yeah, I mean PG chat. For sure. Like, for anyone who's new, the chat, I do try to keep PG. There are mods in here, I think. I believe Brad's here to kind of help with that. And Raphael, you asked if I have played Mystery Dungeon, and I will just say that I have not played it yet. Like I said, I haven't played any games that aren't the mainstream games. But I do have my eye out for them. If I see them at, like, a convention or something, I'll look into picking one up. What is the best way to find a shiny, in my opinion? The most consistent way would probably be Masuda method, if anything. Most games, Gen 4 and up, I don't know about Gen 5, but I know Gen 4, 6, and 7, at least, have methods of finding shinies and hunting for them, like SOS method in Sun and Moon. Honestly, though, Masuda Method and I guess SOS are like the most consistent ways to get specific Pokemon, but Masuda works for a lot more of those Pokemon. It's really up to you, whatever you find easiest. Hey, yeah, I'm still hunting for this. It's crazy. It is getting pretty crazy. We're about to hit 6,100 encounters, which just kind of blows my mind. You played all the Mystery Dungeon and you love them. Yeah, I've heard good things about them. I've never played them. Is basically the only issue, you know. You have a shiny Blaziken from the giveaway for Pokemon Sun. There was a giveaway? I didn't know that there was one of those for a Sun with Blaziken. You would name it Sidious because of its yellow eyes. It sounds crazy me saying this and, like, questioning it, but it has yellow eyes anyway. Yeah, I had to check. Like, I've just hunted it so much here. It's like, I had to, like, think about it for a second. It's like, does it have yellow eyes? Which it does. Yeah. So that name works no matter what, then. Yeah, there you go. Welcome back, Skythorn. Or just name all the Pokemon in my team after different brands of soda. Name it Red Stripe. You guys gotta start giving numbers for these. I mean, I guess you don't really have to. It's kind of cool. If you throw out names, and I think, you know, like, one of them's actually really good and I like it, I'll probably switch to it. But personally, I still really like Corn Dog. But of all the Emerald ROMs, it's all Pokemon Emerald and Leaf Green and Fire Red. Oh, for the ROMs, yeah, I guess. I mean, most people are going to want, like, Emerald when they look at ROMs as opposed to Ruby and Sapphire. Because, like, because, you know, Emerald has the end game, it has all the legendaries, it has both teams. So I feel like most people who'd put up a ROM are going to put up the one that gets downloaded the most. You're hunting for Moltres and Leaf Green. Good luck, man. I hope you get it. Those kind of legendaries would be fun ones. And I guess I could go for those, too, in Leaf Green. I don't know if I do a playthrough of that, just because, like I said, my game is in Japanese, and I don't know Japanese well enough to actually, like, consistently read through an entire game. But we'll see. I don't know. That one may just be like a live stream of doing some fun stuff and messing around. Everyone, for 6,100, cross your fingers and pray to Arceus. Not praying to Bidoof or Helix? Come on, Skythorn. Dr. Pepper and Pepsi. I don't know. I don't know if I'd ever name something Pepsi. I just really don't like it. One has to be burger, soda, a fast food restaurant, a pizza place, one chips, and one chicken place. Just make them all into a meal, yeah. But Emerald has broken RNG. True, but we are kind of dealing with that in our own way. And broken RNG does help later on. Like, it'll help with a lot of encounters. It just doesn't help with the first encounter. It really hurts this first encounter. But once you've done all the work through the first one, it makes all the subsequent ones so much easier. Hey guys, 6,100 wasn't shiny, so we're going to keep going here. Gotta reset the save. Hopefully I don't mess it up. I have seemed to have a pattern recently of, like, once a stream at least, when I do a reset, having just do another 50 with the same save, because well, we're doing another encounter. Alright. But I, like, don't reset the save. I don't overwrite it, or I just don't even try to save it, and I open the bag. And that's all done. Alright. So 6101, or 6101 wasn't shiny. Let's actively, like, think about resetting the save here and not hitting A immediately. Alright, there we go. Do I have siblings? When am I graduating college? And what house am I moving to? You want to know? So I do have a sibling. I have a little sister. Like I said, I'm not going to get much more specific than that in terms of that. And I will be a junior in college, so I'll be in my 3rd year. And if everything goes to plan, I'll graduate at the end of not at the end of this upcoming year, but the year after. And where am I moving? I'm basically moving to an apartment closer to my college. So, you know, like my college is over 100 miles away from my house, so I can't just like live at home and go there. So I like have an apartment near college that I'm moving into. So it's not like my whole family's moving or anything. It's just me. I'm moving in with like 2 other guys. Don't I have to switch every 30 soft resets? It's a personal preference, honestly, depending on what method you think kind of works. Which one you switch at. Like, you can switch every encounter if you want. That'd be really inefficient, but you could do it. I switch every 50, just so it's an easier number to keep track of. And obviously, like you're seeing, resetting the save takes a good bit of time. So I'd rather do a few more encounters and risk running over the same frames again. So I like get more encounters and it's kind of more exciting and the streams are a bit faster paced. If I was doing it by myself, I don't know, I may reset like every 5 if I can nail the, or not every 5, but like every like 10 to 30, I guess, if I was doing it by myself, because then I'm probably more likely to be doing it timed properly and all this other stuff. It just, with the stream and talking and trying to keep it upbeat and like fast paced, it's hard to reset more often. Can I tell you guys what I'm studying? I will be studying computer science. I've been like involved and loved computers since I was really little, and like I've done robotics since I was in elementary school. And from there, I did like robotics and all this stuff. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do within it, be it mechanical or electrical or software, all the way up through like senior year, or I guess it was more sophomore year that I decided this, because one too many trips to the ER and one other close call was enough for me to go, I'm going to sit behind the computer from now on and not get more stitches in my hands and torso. Like, I'd prefer not to get hit by flying shrapnel. So yeah, like, I always loved computers and stuff, so it wasn't, like, hard by any means for me to switch over. I was always, like, the lead programmer for the team and whatnot. So it was just like, okay, I'm going to stick to that. Like, I know I'm locked into this. And so I've been, like, doing computer science ever since. Well, welcome back, Tony's Goat. And what's up? Have I found the shiny yet? I haven't, Figure Gaming. We are still going for this shiny. Hopefully we can get it in the next 50 and don't have to do another save reset. That would be ideal. Who plays an emulator of a Game Boy Advance? I mean, I've played Fire Red on an emulator. It was just more convenient. I had misplaced my Game Boy at the time. Like, it was deep in a drawer in, like, my desk. So I couldn't find it, essentially. And it was easier to play like an emulator on my phone than it was to play that. But on my computer-wise, yeah, I'll pick up my like SP and play. But I am playing on like a GameCube right now. I'm the same age and major as you. Nice, Owen! So, you're also doing computer science, that's pretty cool. You reset every 30 soft resets and found it at the 22nd, so you didn't even like reset then. Or you found it like in the 22nd of the reset, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's really just personal preference, and like I said, I'd probably be resetting more often if it wasn't for, like, trying to keep the stream more fast-paced. Because, like, if I cut it down by that much, I'd essentially be doubling the number of save resets we did every stream, and that would, you know, it would end up significantly slowing down the streams. Like, we'd probably only get through about 200. Maybe, like, 200 to 250 instead of 300 to 350 every stream. Do the soft resets ruin the encounter streak? There is not a encounter streak or any kind of chaining in Gen 3. In terms of soft reset, the game thinks of it the exact same the second time as it does the first time, as it does the 6,102nd time. RNG at this point is all based on like timing of inputs. It has nothing to do with any kind of like chaining. That wasn't introduced until Gen 4. And even then, soft resets don't affect that in any way. Because when you reset the game, like even just a normal soft reset, it wipes the game's memory, essentially. It starts over like it had started the first time. Do I play Mario Maker? I don't, because it was only available for, what, the 3DS and Wii U. I didn't have a Wii U, and I wasn't going to buy it for my 3DS. You will shiny hunt Minior right now. Let's see you guys at first. Good luck to you, Tony Isgo. I hope you get it. Hopefully I get mine first, to be honest, and not saying I hope it takes you forever, I just hope it takes me not very long. But yeah, either way, good luck to you. Minior is an amazing looking shiny, and I hope you get it. If you ever want to play Gen 3, you'd have to rent your brother's Game Boy, Leaf Green, and Emerald. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get into the older games now. If you're someone that's like my age and has been playing Pokemon since you were a little kid and you had all the games when they actually came out as new, then yeah, it's easier. But like, I get someone who never had a Game Boy or is like young enough that their first console, handheld-wise, was like a 3DS. You know, they're not going to have a Game Boy lying around. And like, you go to a convention and those things are like $80 now, which probably wasn't that expensive at the time of them coming out. But you know, they're going to go back up in price, especially for in-box ones. I'm still shiny hunting Treecko. Yeah, Diamond Hunter. We are still going for this Treecko. I have everything set up. So, like, literally, as soon as this Treecko ends, I have every asset set up for, like, the thumbnails ready. Everything's ready to immediately switch over to Charmander once we get this Treecko. Like, I'm really anxious. I'm hoping we get it soon. But it is still taking a while. You prefer Umbreon? Are people asking about... Oh, which you prefer, Espeon or Umbreon? I also prefer Umbreon, Ryan Palmer. Yeah, personally, Umbreon is like my favorite evolution. Both regular and shiny form. Venusaur is based on a Venus flytrap. Really? That's interesting. I wouldn't get that from looking at it. What's up? Welcome back, Pokenerd. Shiny Umbreon is neon electric blue or just blue? It definitely looks a bit more like electric blue. I wouldn't call it neon. Like, it's not like bright, like it's not like actually illuminescent, but it does kind of look that way, especially compared to like the black of the rest of the Pokemon. Espeon's the one you're going for, all right. Guess your favorite Pokemon spin-off, and you'll give me $5. I don't know if I can be specific enough with this, but I guess Mystery Dungeon. That seems to be what most people really like. Or is it Red Rescue Team? I know someone's mentioned Red Rescue Team a lot, but I don't know if it was you. When you first played on Game Boy, you were like, wait, what is this thing? It doesn't have a bottom screen, and it doesn't have a menu. Oh yeah, the old days of the system booted directly into the firmware on the cartridge, or directly into the ROM, and not into a home menu. That was the interesting for me. It was the opposite when I got my DS Lite. Like when I was in 4th or 5th grade, I think. Yeah, no, it was 5th grade. My dad's coworker had one of the original DS Lites, like not the original DS, but the next one. And he sold to me for like, I saved up like all my money for the summer and bought it from my dad's coworker. It was like, oh, this is so cool. I can do other things when the game's in there. And it was so cool. It was like, I can play Game Boy games on this too. I literally never used that feature. I just had my SP because it felt weird. It felt so weird playing Game Boy games on the DS. Like, the controls just felt awkward. And the cartridge sticking out of the system just didn't feel right. But yeah, it was like the coolest thing to have that. Alright, see you in a bit, Tony's Goat. You found a shiny Sixagoon? Awesome, Pokenerd. Making us feel old, grew up with a Game Boy Color. Yeah, Brad's like one of my friends. Brad's the one who like lent me this GameCube that I'm able to play on. But yeah, he's like, I'm in that age group where we either started with Gen 2 or Gen 3, like depending on who you were. Yeah, it's weird how like the SP was the brand new thing when I started playing. Like they didn't even have, like I had the first model SP, not even the backlit one. I had the front lit one, like the AGS 100 instead of the 101. Yeah, like OG Game Boy SP, not OG Game Boy Advance, but I knew friends who had that. Like I was that group of kids, you know. The 3DS came out when I was halfway through high school. You believe in me? Thank you, Lit Ant. I hope we can get to the stream. I believe in myself as well. We've been going at this for a while, and I feel like our perseverance is going to pay off pretty soon. A lot of people hate Gen 4. You think you'd feel the same if you didn't grow up with it. That's exactly what my opinion is on that kind of stuff. Is Gen 2 and before. Granted, there is a pretty big leap from Gen 2 to Gen 3 in terms of graphics. But Gen 1 and 2 are games that are cool to me. Like, I respect them, and I play them because they're fun, but I play them knowing that they're retro games to me still. Even though they really came out like a couple years before. Like, Brad said he started playing with a Color and Crystal. But, like, Gen 1 and 2 were the older games to me. Lit Ant, thank you for the sub. But, like, so those games are older to me. And then Gen 4 and up are, like, the technologically new games with 3D graphics and stuff. And so that, to me, like, even Gen 4 is, like, really new, even though I play Gen 7 all day long. Oh, what's up, Ace Trainer? Welcome back to the stream. You didn't grow up with Gen 4, and you like it mostly because of the Underground. There you go. I had forgotten about the Underground entirely until I picked up Platinum. And it was like, oh yeah, you can dig into the ground. I was like, that was a thing. That's why I remember, like, the mining for gems and stones from Figure Gaming. Thank you for the sub. Yeah, so, like, to me, I was like, oh, this is awesome. And, like, I remember first getting Pearl and being so excited about it. And then my DS broke, and I didn't get any way of... I didn't get another method of playing my DS games until my 3DS. And the first game I put back in there was, like, I bought my DS and Super Smash Bros. So I could play with friends. But, like, I played Smash Bros. For, like, an hour or two, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go get out Pearl. And I played Pearl for, like, 7 or 8 hours straight, and then played a couple more before picking up Alpha Sapphire. I missed your big message. Please read it. What did I miss? I can look at it real quick. Your team is McDonald's, Shiny Lucolo, Limpa, which is a Lithuanian drink, Shiny Grumpig, Subway, Shiny Noivern, Chili, Shiny Raichu, Australia, Shiny Sandslash, and KFC is a Shiny Mega Blaziken. Awesome. There's a couple people in the chat who have mentioned that they're like Shiny Torchics and Torchic Evolutions are all named KFC. Sorry you couldn't launch your church. That's okay, Android Play. I understand people have things that are going on. And I am streaming on a day I normally don't stream, you know. This is essentially the Saturday and Monday stream. Like, it's kind of trying to make up for both instead of missing one, and like having a short one or the other or something. I'm going to do a stream today because I can't tomorrow and I couldn't yesterday. Because tomorrow I have to finish up packing for college. At least in Gold Silver Crystal had a storyline after beating the league. Gen 1, nothing. Gen 1, personally, like I've said this before, Gen 1 is the gen that I consider the least, like, it's my least favorite. Or like the worst gen in a sense. Because not the story's bad, but like the gen's engine is just kind of meh, and the mechanics are meh. Well, that's understandable. It was Game Freak's, like, first Pokemon game. It's the first Pokemon game ever. No one had a basis of, or even knew that it was going to beat the Goliath that it is today. And they very quickly in Gen 2 and Gen 3 started fixing all those issues that it had. But yeah, so Gen 1's just kind of, it's a good story. It's a good game. It's just the newer games are better, personally. Like, I'm not a Gen 1er. Are people asking about the Discord? Yeah, there's a link in the description. And Brad, if you were still here and listening, could you post that link in the chat for people? The blue, I never get the Shiny Treecko, haha, bye. Hopefully I get it soon, you know. You never know, gotta be positive about it. Have I seen a Shiny Zigzagoon yet? I have not, Smooth Waffles. We haven't seen any kind of Shinies. I'm just waiting for one. It's Emerald, so seeing any kind of shiny is a good sign. Yeah, it's just a matter of actually getting a shiny frame to see one on. Yeah, but thankfully we haven't seen a shiny Treecko, though. Like, if we had seen a shiny Treecko and we were still going, it would have mean we messed up pretty bad. You have a shiny Blaziken with Mega Stones, and a Lola Raichu, and a shiny Sandile. And a Gengar and a Main Shout. Nice Gleam Raichu. I personally, like, of the Pikachu line, the Alolan Raichu shiny is my favorite, just because it's the most different. You didn't get Gen 3 through 1 games, but you still like them. You own all of them. Really? Okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't, like I said, I actually haven't played Gen 2, so I don't have as much of an opinion on that one. But I do have Yellow, and I have played that. But, like, it's just, there's a lot of things that weren't wrong with the games, but they figured out and made better in future games. You know, they added running shoes, so the game moves a little bit faster. Pokeballs don't miss if a Pokemon's a really high level anymore. Like, there's already low enough odds of catching it. Don't make it where the ball misses entirely. You're always one step ahead of me on the Discord link request. That is good. Yeah, you're always the one to post them. I have to, like, get Indy or Queen to post them when they're here. A lot of things in Gen 2 were supposed to do stuff, but didn't. For example, Moonball increased Pokemon that evolved with Burn Heal. Pokemon evolved with Burn Heal. What? I don't know, there's always, like, unused things you find on cartridges and stuff. You can find that in modern games, too. Or just, like, they got halfway through implementing something, they either realized it wasn't going to work, or they had to cut it for, like, you know, cartridge size or whatnot. Oh, increase the catch rate. Oh, okay. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of things that, you know... There's a lot of things you'll see that are unused in those games. Your team is Bidoof, solid Android play. Like, that's the best team. You're just going to wipe everything. Gen 3 is the best of the Game Boy line. Agreed. I mean, that's going to be the... That's honestly kind of the case. Depending on what you consider the Game Boy line. This is technically the Game Boy Advance. It couldn't play on a Game Boy, so it is different. But yeah, if you're just looking at the Game Boy cartridges, like, in general, things before the DS, agreed, Gen 3 is the best. That is partially my bias of Gen 3 being the games that I grew up on. But, you know, they're also the most technologically advanced of them all. Catherine Dubove, thank you for the sub. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name in any way. Devontae, what's up? Welcome back to the stream. Nothing is more lonely than the printing feature in Gen 2. Yeah, I mean, the Game Boy printer really didn't catch on, neither did the Game Boy camera. Like, they were cool at the time, but they were just kind of meh, I guess. There's no puns, the viewers are sick, better cheer them. Shiny Sand Slash, bringing the puns back to the stream. Kanto's best region because Gen 2 and your car are made in Kanto. Yeah, I guess technically. Yeah. That's at least what's kind of cool about a lot of the older regions too, is they're like actually based on like locations. But yeah, that's where like I say like Gen 1 is the worst like gen. I don't say Kanto's the worst story by any means. And I specifically because of remakes, I like objectively look at generations based off the engine, because that's what's really different between them. Is you can make any of the regions again in that gen. It's just, you know, you'd have to write it for that engine. So, like, that's why I say, like, I, like, kind of pick and choose what I say, and I'll, like, clarify things. So it's like, when people ask what's my favorite gen, I might say Gen 3 or Gen 7, but Hoenn my favorite region of the two, you know? Because Hoenn spans 3 and 6, because there's a remake of it. Tommy Van, welcome to the stream. You say 1, 2, 3, and Treecko will appear. Soft reset the game, and Shiny Treecko will appear, but you have to time it. Yeah, you do have to time it some. The problem with that is I'd definitely be a lot better at timing if I wasn't talking in chat. Like, you've noticed, I'll, like, say, oh, I need to do this, and, like, talk for a sentence or two, and it's 5 seconds later, and I immediately do the wrong thing. I'm like, oh, I have to reset the save. And I'll, like, say that as I soft reset to load the menu to reset the save, and then I just encounter another Pokemon, because that's what I end up doing on accident. Do I watch Mob Psycho? I haven't watched it. You don't like to muck around with puns. Everyone's bringing the puns back now. Chat's gonna get lit with some Poke puns. Are you late? You sound late to the explanation. I did see that Shiny Sand Slash, and you are not late. We have been going for about an hour, so got a little bit under 2 hours left in the stream for the night. But yeah, I did see that link, and I actually have watched a bit of that video before. So I finished watching it. I saw what you were talking about. But like I said, like, timing's a bit harder of a thing to kind of do while, like, streaming, because otherwise there's going to be, like, a silence of me watching that sign every single time I redo the encounter. So personally, like, that's why I just go for 50 encounters and kind of, I end up, like, talking, and some of these encounters I know I sit in front of that bag for way longer than I need to. If I star you, will you star me? Ah. Camden Priester, welcome to the stream. Lucario Games, welcome back. Again, I missed your message. I am sorry, Noibat. The chat is moving a little bit fast. I think I did read your message. I did see it. I did see your message. You're currently playing Heart Gold, and you're in Bell Tower to catch Ho-Oh. Good luck. I guess if you don't play like me, it's a bit easier to get the legendaries. Because personally, A, I think about everything in terms of shiny hunting stuff now, and B, drink some water mid-sentence. But B, I try to catch everything in Pokeballs, so I already have like lowered catch rates on everything. No, I didn't. I thought I did read it. That your phone crashed at that moment. If you're talking about the like counting, the 1, 2, 3 and counting, I did read that message. Run away, this chat's going to explode. That's a Pokemon name I haven't heard in a while. Remember when Team Up was a thing? Hashtag Team Ceiling, yeah. I do remember Team Ceiling. Oh, or did you say Team Pun? I remember that too. The Ho-Oh cutscene looks so weird because of the 2D graphics in Gen 4. Yeah, I mean, all the... Yeah, I guess... What? Because I guess Ho-Oh's kind of coming down. But yeah, Gen 4 and I guess 5 were like the weird gens where it was still 2D, but it was like... At least looked a lot more 3D than the newer gens... Than the older gens did, I mean. So try to time it. I know that. Like I said though, I am kind of watching the sign and like trying to do things at different intervals on it. It's just like I don't want to like stop and pause and stare at the sign every single time it comes down. Like obviously that's what I should be doing for a really efficient hunt. It's just I'd rather be talking to chat and not like stopping mid sentence for stuff. And Silver Fox, welcome back to the stream. Sorry, are you whispering? Ah. Bet if you tried hard enough, you can make puns superior to everyone else's. Thunder Daniel coming in. Everyone joining in on the Pokepuns. Why did the Torchic cross the road to Cardio Games? You were soft racing for Latios this week, and when you stopped the last time you saved the game, no! Oh no, that's horrible. That stinks. Can't make any more puns, so don't absolutely hate you. I never hate you. But yeah, you guys come through with all the puns. I haven't done that in a couple streams, actually, I think. Ah, that stinks, Silver Fox. That really, really stinks. You have to ask new. When was the last time I was drinking coffee? It's been years, I think. Well, I guess not years. I have had, like, an iced coffee or something. I haven't had coffee as, like, a way to wake myself up in, like, 4 or 5 years now. Like, I'm not a coffee guy. To get to the other side, true. Oh, I'm so sorry, Silver Fox. Is this the first shiny hunt, or are there more? So, Gleam Raichu, this is the first hunt I've done on stream. I have, like, almost 100 shinies, if you count stuff I've caught off-stream in my copy of Sun. But I don't have a way of streaming 3DS footage, so this is the first thing I've actually, like, hunted for and streamed to YouTube. All these scrubs making Pokepuns, but you're the Machamp. OG's the OG pun maker, I believe. He was able to outlast Ho-Oh in gold. He killed himself in the struggle for 3 minutes. I've done that several times with shinies. Or not shinies, with legendaries, where like I said, I try to catch them in Pokeballs. So I was like throw out way over level Pokemon and let them tank the crap out of a legendary, and just throw Pokeballs at it constantly until it struggles. And I was like, dang it, gotta do that again. Oh, welcome back, Clorox. Ian doesn't drink coffee. He subsists entirely off energy drinks, Pop-Tarts, and corn dogs. True. I'd replace energy drinks with, like, Peace Tea and Arnold Palmer, though. I don't drink, like, energy drinks outside of LAN parties too much. Yeah, and for everyone new to the chat, we do keep the chat here at PHE. That's what you'll see, like, if the mods remove any messages, it's because they were, like, either, like, really inappropriate or just like profanity, because I want to keep the chat like PG, because Pokemon's the game that's for all ages, so I kind of want anyone who's interested in Pokemon to be able to watch these streams. I'm almost at 450. Really, that's crazy, OGs. That's awesome. So that's why he's gonna name it Corn Dog. This is actually true, Thunder Gaming. Like, in terms of a type of food that I think someone asked me what my favorite food was a long time ago. Like, the stream that we decided this, I was like, probably like corn dogs. Straight up have a can of Arnold Palmer in here. Nice, Jeremy. I actually, it's empty because I, like, finished it up earlier today. But yeah, I literally just, like, sit with one of these and a glass by my desk. Is this stream butter free? Unlike my dinner, yes. What's up, man? Again, I cannot read it. Or your name? Fat Ugly Gamer, thank you for the sub. But yeah, I cannot read your name, because yet again, I cannot read Korean. I should have just, like, translated it at this point, so I can at least pronounce it. I got this. Thank you, Green Gaming. I hope we get this soon. The puns are back in town. They are back. They are back. Shiny Sand Slash. You were at Victory Road when someone brought you a victory bell. Ah. Does anyone know where to buy quick balls in Ores? I don't know, actually. It'd probably be some, like, Poke Center, I would assume. For about a year or two, you kept 2 of those Arnold Palmer jugs full of water in your room and took them to work. Summer kids. True. Yeah, I did do that for a while, where, yeah, I'd, like, go and fill up the jug and keep it with water in my room once I'd already had all the actual Arnold Palmer in it. To me, it's like the same thing as, like, taking a milk jug and rinsing it out and using it, you know? It's hard to buy, like, a cheap gallon jug for water that isn't, like, that, like, is meant to be refillable, which these aren't, but it's, like, a cheap way to do it, still. You're still salty? Yes, I understand, Silver Fox. I would be so upset, too, if that happened. It's like, it's a decision of, do you accept you don't get the shiny? Or do you reset the entire game and go back for it? Which is kind of not worth it a little bit. You made a shiny Bidoof. Nice Android play. Ricky saying, welcome to the stream. What's everyone's favorite Alolan Pokemon? Yours is either Dugtrio or Ninetales. Mine is probably the Sandslash. Sandshrew or Sandslash. I really like those. Which, I just realized it is time for me to reset the save. Someone asked what the odds are. Yeah, Filippo didn't just post the odds for finding a shiny in this game. Alolan Marowak. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Marowak is pretty cool. It's kind of interesting though, because yeah, Cubone doesn't have an Alolan form. I guess Raichu's the same way. But yeah, that was pretty cool. It's just I really like the color scheme that happened with Sandshrew Sandslash. But it is kind of like unfortunate that I picked Sun as like the game I got. So I have Vulpix and Ninetales, which are still cool. But like the fact that like my favorite one's not even in my game. But I do have a copy of Moon, and my girlfriend did give me copies of Sandshrew and Sandslash so I could complete my Pokedex the first time. Still salty though, a month of what could have been gameplay wasted. Yeah, that's like the worst part though, I guess, you know. As well as you basically just have to accept you don't get a shiny, or you reset your save, and you spent all that time and it's now wasted. Yeah, I get that. It's rough. You have a Sandile named Rockers who guards a Z Crystal in the Sandylands. Oh, okay. It doesn't let you donate. That's weird, Pokenerd. To get your neighbor's dog report? That's okay, Pokemaster. At least give us a shiny Zigzagoon. True, Filippo. True. You're going for Eon Ticket Latias then. Wish you luck. Good luck, Silver Fox. Hopefully you get it. I guess that one should be quicker because there's no cutscene for it. Mega Decidueye, welcome to the stream. Glad to see some new faces around here, and welcome. Anthony, welcome to the stream. This means 12,300 Pokemon generated, still no shinies. True, Filippo. Weverton Louise, thank you for the sub. What if I am the shiny Treecko? I've been what I've been searching for all along. Today you failed a 10% Abra on your Sapphire. Oh no, Anthony, that stinks. It's just Golden Retriever. It's barking so loud you're gonna take it. Yeah, I mean, I guess like if you could, it'd be a good thing to get back to your neighbor. Eduardo del Olmo, I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name, but thank you for the sub. Megan, this is your wife. Thank you for the sub. Yeah, so for all the people who just joined in, sorry that you joined in while I'm not actually doing any encounters, but because Emerald has busted RNG, I have to reset my save every once in a while, and I try to do it every 50 or so, which I missed by like 3 this time. But yeah, so basically the way, like, there's a chance you can't get a shiny in Emerald, because Emerald has messed up RNG compared to every other Pokemon game in all, like, in every generation from 2 to 7, this is the only game that has, like, any kind of messed up RNG when it comes to shiny hunting. So every once in a while you have to reset your save and get a new trainer ID to hopefully get, like, actual luck for getting a shiny. All the presses are named after trees, I believe. Because oak, birch, Kukui's a tree, I would assume. And those are just the ones that I can think of off the top of my head. So like I said, so Cash Hill, how do I soft reset? So on the Game Boy games, it was A, B, start, and select, which I'm using a Game Boy player hooked up to a GameCube. So I'm using a GameCube controller. So the controls for me are A, B, start, and Y. And if I hit all those buttons at the same time, it resets the game back to the main title menu. I believe on the 3DS at least, I don't know about DS, it was left, right, start, and select. So most shiny hunters there, when they soft reset for stuff, will rubber band down the bumpers like left and right, and then hit start and select. We need a Mega Bidoof, agreed. If anything else, we don't need Gen 7, instead we don't need Gen 8, we don't need Sinnoh Remix, we just need Mega Bidoof. Who first discovered Emerald's broken RNG, and how? I don't know how you would necessarily do it. I imagine someone figured out at some point that they kept getting duplicates of a legendary they were hunting for. And from there, it's just a matter of, I guess, like people with action replays and Game Sharks, and people who can rip the ROM. And from there, you can tear apart the code. There are people who, like, their entire hobby is essentially like looking into the RNG of the games and like just trying to figure out how the game works. If it wasn't make it, it'd be a god of all the Pokemon. Isn't it already? And for everyone who's new to the stream, just so you are aware, I do try to keep these streams PG. So when you see messages being removed, that's why. So Filippo, I guess, did you ask something? Yeah, just wondering. Okay, you did ask that. Your first shiny was a Tailo in Sapphire, and you killed it because it was running around. You were running around with a team of Zigzagoon for items, and I was watching videos. Oh no! Yeah, not paying attention and missing them. Got distracted. Yeah. That stinks. And then, like, I'm always worried that I found a shiny when I was really little, like when I was in 3rd grade playing Pokemon for the first time, and I just didn't realize shinies were special, or I thought, like, they gave you more experience for KOing them or something. And so I just instantly would have knocked it out or not have known that it was special. Yeah, Andrew, it's not like based on, you know, you've been here for a while, so there's more leeway. It's just flat out, that's how it works for everyone. Pokemon Brown version, you are Bidoof, your starter is Bidoof, everyone is Bidoof. The legendary is Primal Bidoof, and all Pokemon are Bidoof. All dialogue is Bidoof, there is only Bidoof. There's probably a ROM hack out there that's like that. And if there isn't, we all need to get on that. 2 of the 3 Pokemon on your Sapphire save were failed. 1 Puchiano, 1 going for Mudkip, and then Abra. Anthony, that stinks. I've been fortunate enough not to like have failed any shiny hunts yet, but I know saying that's gonna jinx me, and I'm going to get destroyed. I'm gonna like reset over this Treecko, or we're gonna be going for a legendary. Like we'll get to Rayquaza, and it just will refuse to catch, and we'll have already used the Master Ball or something. Alexander Gama, welcome to the stream, and see you later, Pokemaster. Yeah, so to all these new people that I am seeing in chat, welcome to the stream, and I hope you enjoy it and stick around. Thank you, Gaming Academy. I appreciate that. I always like, you know, hearing when people enjoy this and really like it. At least you got a shiny Shuppet and Emerald. Nice. Yeah, I haven't caught any shinies in Emerald yet. Most of my shiny hunting has been done in Gen 7. So this is like the first time I've ever done a full odds hunt, which is kind of fun, you know, mix it up some. So this will be like the first full odds hunt, which is kind of where like this is my longest hunt by far now. My longest hunt before this was like 1,600 encounters, so we've blown that number way out of the water. It's my longest hunt in terms of time too. I think we're at like 63 to 69 hours on the cartridge or something. So we go about 3 hours a night, or every stream. And we've done about 20, 22 streams now. So it's going to be super hype when we get this, just because of like how hyped this Pokemon is, how much the build-up there has been so far. If I reset over the Treecko, won't be able to get another one because the safe hasn't earned the frame. That is true, Anthony. That's where, like, I've said, people have asked, you know, what are you going to do if, like, you fail the hunt? It's like, I really can't fail this one. The hunt is for a shiny frame, and unless I actively see the frame and still reset my save, would take a conscious effort to break my autopilot mode, we can get the shiny Treecko again. Like, if we see a shiny Zigzagoon, it's actually a good thing. This is the one time where seeing an uncatchable shiny is actually a sign of hope. To be honest, you were unaware of shiny Pokemon until you ran into a shiny Rhyhorn in Safari Zone. Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't know about shinies until probably, like, high school or something. I've been playing since 3rd grade. And, like, I never got into hunting them until, I guess it was right after I finished Sun for the first time. Or for the only time. Because I played Sun through, like, right when it came out, I played all the way through Sun. And as soon as I finished that, I got a whole Pokedex so I could go so I could get the shiny charm. And then from there, I started hunting for a Ditto, because I wanted a shiny Rowlet, and I needed a Ditto to breed with. But I decided in my mind that, you know, hunting with a shiny Ditto, or breeding with a shiny parent would give us shiny offspring, which isn't the case. It has not been the case since Gen 2. You found a shiny Rayquaza, or You found a shiny in Emerald. I thought it said Rayquaza. I read like half of the word Poochyena as it scrolled by. You found a shiny in Emerald, but it was an uncatchable Poochyena. That stinks, Ryan. I am sorry to hear that. Gen 2 games teach an important lesson about shinies. Yeah, they do. All of Johto does. I've never played Johto. Does anyone know about Trigger commonly slip out when he found a shiny coughing in his regular playthrough? I did not know about that. I haven't watched much Trigger Conroy, so I haven't like seen all that. Should you start hunting for a Mudkip, or no, because you're in Victory Road? I mean, do you have a way to breed Mudkips? That would be easier at that point, but I don't know. It's up to you. Do you want to replay the game with a shiny, or do you want to like keep all the Pokemon you have? Because yeah, if you don't have a way to get them off your save, then like there's kind of an amount of like attachment you have to the Pokemon that you have now. It was Jargon. It was okay, yeah. Newest trading card game card, Mega Bidoof EX. Only available in full art. Only one ever made. Rainbow. HP Infinity. Only move Bidoof. Costs no energy. The move is, if you use this move, you lose the game, and your opponent does too. The only winner here is Mega Bidoof. That's what we need to do. Just make an entirely Bidoof exclusive line of Pokemon stuff. Like, Gen 8 is just the gen of Bidoof. In my description, I mean the tree gecko. I believe it's wood gecko in Emerald, I think. It's listed as the wood gecko Pokemon. Yeah, it's listed as wood gecko Pokemon right there. That's what I went off of. You soft reset for a shiny Kecleon on your Emerald a long time ago, and it has bold nature. Awesome, X-Rider. Start with shiny because you played the game many times. Yeah. Like, it just depends. Like, if you have, like, a great team that you've loved, and, like, you're on Victory Road, or you've done the Battle Frontier, and, like, you have a lot in the cartridge, I can see it. Like, if I wanted to go for a, at this point, this might be on a different level, I don't know. If I wanted to go for, like, for whatever reason, I was crazy enough to soft reset for a shiny starter in Sun and Moon, and I only had my one cartridge of Sun, I would go out and buy another cartridge of Moon before I reset Sun. But that's just the amount of hours I have at this point. Like, I have 850 hours on my cartridge, and that's where I caught all my shinies. That's a trainer ID that is associated to every shiny Pokemon I have so far. So it's like, I want to keep that. Brazil is back again and again and again. Welcome back, Joao. Glad to see you in the stream. New gen created, Gen 8, everyone is so excited, and then we hear Pokemon can only learn Focus Energy, Pound, and Harden. Also, it's Wood Gecko, yeah, that's why I checked. When someone said that, I was like, have I had 20-something streams and it's been wrong? But no, it is, I don't know if they've changed it, but the Emerald description of the Pokemon is Wood Gecko, so that's what I'm going off of. Or else it may be different. That's, like, the Pokedex is one of the least consistent things. Even though it should be, like, the thing that determines the canon of everything, like, it differs, and it, like, contradicts itself throughout the games. Time for Latias. Good luck, Silverfox. I hope you get it. Filippo, tomorrow regular streaming, unfortunately, no. Tomorrow I will be packing to move, so, like, my computer will be packed up either tonight or tomorrow morning, which means I won't be able to stream. I know it kind of stinks. I wish I was able to. It's just, I need the time to pack. I can't be rushing at the end of tomorrow night to get my computer packed up. Because I posted in the Discord, and, like, you guys probably saw, my computer's set up more than just, like, one monitor and everything. It's like, my whole desk has to be packed up, essentially. And if I pack up anything on my desk, it kind of hurts the stream. So, I'll probably be streaming on Wednesday. Like, kind of as a makeup for tomorrow, in a way. I don't know. This whole week's gonna be weird with streams, unfortunately. Do I have to save before I soft reset? Yes, so, I saved right here in front of the bag, and when I reset my saves, I'll go through the whole, like, start of the game up until the bag, and then I'll save again. Just because, if you don't save, you have to go through everything all over again. And while that would fix the RNG issue, it would be so much slower than it needs to be. Am I still going to have it 500? Maybe OGs, we'll see. I don't know if I said, if I promised 500 or if I promised it Shiny Treecko. I don't know. And even though I don't think I promised, I just kind of said maybe. Eduardo, what was my first shiny? So my first shiny was a shiny Ditto in Pokemon Sun. Like I mentioned a few minutes ago, I wanted a shiny Rowlet, because Rowlet's like my all-time favorite Pokemon. And I didn't do any research into how to breed for shinies, so I was just like, you know what, maybe if I get a shiny parent, it'll make the offspring more likely shiny. Which was a thing in Gen 2, because the way it worked with IVs. But in Gen 6, or Gen 7, it wasn't, it's not the case. It hasn't been the case since Gen 2. Masuda method's the only way to increase odds of a shiny while breeding. So I went through all the research of learning how to catch a shiny Ditto through SOS chaining, and did that, and then didn't do any research into how to actually breed for shinies. So I caught this shiny Ditto, and then looked into it. I was like, oh, that doesn't actually help. Oh well. You're gonna battle peeps on Pokemon Showdown while you watch this. Alright. Oh, bag Nebby. That whole meme. I don't know why Nebby wouldn't just, like, stay in the bag. Is it unreasonable to think that, like, a legendary Pokemon would just want to not be in a duffel bag? I don't know. You have an idea for your amazing non-shiny Gladios. It's destined to be an HM slave. The bitterness run through you of like you were supposed to be a different color, which just sounds so terrible in any context other than Pokemon. Yeah, when Brett pointed out the wrong person, I was like, wait, what? Silph Gary is OP. You're back. What'd you miss? You haven't missed much Mega Decidueye. We have just been soft resetting. We haven't seen a shiny Zigzagoon or a Treecko. Yeah, that's kind of the like unfortunate truth of shiny hunts is like until like you either miss nothing or you miss everything. Like you could go away for a week and a half, come back, and not have missed much besides a little bit of like back and forth and talking, which is kind of like the appeal of the streams and stuff. But like you can go weeks. Honestly, with the stream, you could have seen the first one, waited like almost 7 weeks now, tuned back in, and not really have missed much. You've missed like more people in the chat and stuff, but you haven't missed anything in terms of the actual stream. But you could be gone for 5 minutes. Like I was watching Random 10's stream on Thursday, and I walked away for literally 5 minutes to go get something from upstairs, like to get a drink. Came back downstairs, and he had the shiny and he caught it. Like that's kind of the thing with shiny hunts. Like I said, you know, it's a little bit different with this because you can see uncatchable shinies, and that kind of gets the hype up. But yeah, like you can just miss nothing, but then you'll miss everything. There's no in between. Game Master Matt, welcome back to the stream. Dr. Galaxy, what's my favorite gen? Probably Gen 7. It's between Gen 3 and Gen 7, but Gen 7 is just where I have all of my time in. I have 850 hours in it of shiny hunting, on top of having loved the story, like having loved the actual like story of the game. Plus Rowlet's my favorite Pokemon, so I have a lot to really like in Gen 7. Hoenn probably still my favorite region though, but I like don't really. It's the reason it's not Gen 3 is just because you know Hoenn's in Gen 3 and Gen 6, as well as there's more to the gens. And personally, I'm not one of those people who like feels like the game I started with, which was Gen 3, is like necessarily the best. Like it's obviously the foundation. I have a lot of memories with it, but I really like the enhanced graphics and the extra features they've added. As a shiny hunter, having methods for hunting is pretty nice. It'd be nice to you guys still learning Fly though. True. Yeah. Well, I mean, does it need to? I guess learning Fly is kind of important before it knows like Soar and stuff. I'll never get the shiny. I hope that's not the case moment. I hope we get it pretty quickly. Lord Helix, bless my shiny hunt. I hope I get it. Can't displease Lord Helix. I like Gen 7 because your boy Guzma. Fair enough. Team Skull is probably my favorite team just because of how kind of outlandish they are. Okay, I did hit the counter, yeah. The counter, like, has a delay on it, which I think is just... Because when I hit the button, what it's doing is it's like, adding to a number in a text file. Like, it's taking the text, making a number, adding one, and then saving it. And then, that's just a text file on my computer. And the stream has to actually pick up that value changed. So, like, there's a little bit of a delay. Like, I hit the button, and then it changes. This playthrough, you're only going to use 2 or 3 Pokemon. Alright, give yourself a challenge with that. Because, you know, then you're going to end up with, like, typing... Like, I feel like with 2 or 3, you're really inevitably going to have typing disadvantages. Is Rash a bad nature for Latios? Someone else in the chat might know the answer to that. I personally don't know much about, like, natures and all that stuff. I know higher IVs are better, but that's about all I know in terms of, like, the stats of Pokemon. Team Skull are self-aware, unlike the other grunts. Yeah, every other, like, Team Magma and Aqua would, like, we're gonna make more land or more water, and are super serious about it. And then Team Skulls was like, we're bad. And then they're like, you're better than us. Whoa there. We just want to be bad. And then they leave. Rash is good. Alright. But there's better. Okay. Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not, like, literally the worst or anything. Yeah, I get a little bit concerned. I'd get a little bit concerned if I was Brad there too. Like, am I just gonna have to, like, mass delete 4 messages? You know the number generator and the broken RNG save state. If you don't get the shiny within the first 2,000 encounters, you won't get the shiny. So Poketuber Swampert, I do know about the broken RNG, so I switch up the save state every, like, 50 encounters to deal with that. Some people say to do it more often, not many say to do it less often, but I go with 50 just because it's an easy number to count, and it keeps the streams moving relatively quickly without, like, hitting the duplicate frames too much. 3 Pokemon can work, you have to in the Battle Frontier. Yeah, true, I guess, yeah. I mean, like, there's no issue, like, you could have a team that's completely weak to something, and as long as it's not, like, all normal type moves fighting ghosts, like, leveling is a good enough solution to it until you get to, like, Battle Frontier and stuff. What's my opinion on Mega Pidgeot? You think it's freaking awesome? I don't mind it. Like, thinking about it, if I'm even remembering it correctly. Because personally, I didn't play too much of Gen 6. I played Alpha Sapphire, but that was really it. I own all 4 games. I just haven't, like, sat down and actually really played them. So Mega Evolutions aren't something I'm really too up to date on, or really up to speed on. So, if I'm thinking about it, I do like it. My favorite Mega, though, is Mega Gengar, just because of its shiny. You have a shiny Mega Sceptile? Nice, Mega Decidueye! That is awesome! Most hated thing for you in the anime on Pokemon Team Rocket, they always make it so bad. Like a good episode in the moment, prepare for trial. Oh, so you just don't like them and they kind of ruin the episode. Okay, I get that. Yeah, I guess each person has their taste, and like there's certain like types of comedy that like a lot of people really like that I kind of cringe at. Like, for example, I've been rewatching and kind of like, for the first time watching all in order and making sure I miss no episodes, I've been watching The Office. And I've gotten used to it now. But, like, for the first season or 2, it took so much to watch just because I kept, like, cringing. Because I'm one of those people who, you know, when you see, like, an awkward and, like, cringe-worthy situation on TV, I cringe too. And that's, like, that's what all the comedy from Michael in The Office is based off of. So it's just, like, it takes so much for me to sit down and watch it. There's sometimes I literally have to, like, stop the episode and pick it back up the next day just because I've, like, reached my capacity and my limit for the amount of, like, cringe I can take. What would I do if my Gen 7 game crashed? Can't remember what one I have. So I have both, but Sun would be the one that would be really bad. I do a Pokebank now because I had a very close scare one time. So I was at a restaurant with friends, and we were sitting at, like, a table that was kind of outside, so the chairs were more like bar stools, so they're up higher. And I had my 3DS in my pocket, because I, like, took it everywhere with me. and because of this, I just kind of stopped doing that. But I took it everywhere with me, and I had Sun in there. I think I'd been hunting for like Dratini or something, or a Shelder. I was in the middle of the shiny hunts. The game was on, and the 3DS fell out of my pocket, fell like 3 feet, hit the floor, and ejected the cartridge. And of course, like, crap, I could have just like broken my 3DS, as well as the cartridge is on the ground. Pick that up now before anyone steps on it at all. So I got all that up, and obviously you open a 3DS and it gets. I like plug the cartridge back into hope that like maybe it would save the state, but it doesn't. Like maybe it would like have frozen in a way that it picked up where it was and would just keep going, but it didn't. So it, like got mad at me that cartridge was ejected. Please actually save and close the software before ejecting. General stuff about like what you always get when you pull a cartridge out of it pretty quickly. So I like waited for a few minutes, or not a few minutes, like a couple seconds. It didn't recognize the cartridge, like it didn't show it pop back up. So I pulled it out and put it back in, and it sat there for like 15 seconds, saying it didn't even see a game cartridge in the system. And that was the most terrifying like 15 seconds of my life, because like at that moment I was like, I may have just lost all of my Pokemon. What's my favorite ugly shiny pattern Pokemon? I don't know. Maybe Bruxish. Bruxish. I can't even pronounce it. Bruxish? I think that's how it is. If I had to completely get rid of a Pokemon, who would it be? That's an interesting question. I don't know how many Pokemon are like completely useless. Like I've said this before. Most of the Pokemon I have negative feelings about. I try to avoid like being aggressively negative in my opinions about things. Like there are things that I'll like fanboy over and like freak out about because I really like. But most of the time when I don't like something, I just kind of push it off as a meh. Like kind of to forget it and not like hold this really critical opinion of it. So it's hard for me to think of Pokemon that'd be like, we should just get rid of entirely. But if I had to choose based purely off of my emotions, Zubat. I've walked through too many caves to think that Zubat is a decent Pokemon to have around. Golbat and Crobat, sure, keep them, but just never let you catch a Zubat to evolve into one. Favorite, best Pokemon prize for you? Oh, flashbacks to... Yeah. Alright guys, we're on encounter 6200. Let's see if we can get this shiny. Specky, how's it going? It's going pretty good. We haven't seen any shinies yet, unfortunately. Well, how's it going with you? Yeah, guys, and just again, because I've seen Brad having to remove a lot more, and he's removing a lot of the messages I can't understand. So it may just be that, but I do try to keep the streams PG, and Brad is making sure to keep it PG in all international, in an international setting as well, I guess. So just be aware of that. That I do keep the streams PG, and if something is inappropriate, it will be removed. Who uses 3D when playing 3DS games? I did for like the first week of having that system, but after that, like, ORAS, there were so few regions of the overworld that use 3D, and if you had 3D turned on in the battles, your game just started chugging. Like, it just started struggling so bad. So I turned it off, for Pokemon, aside from when things evolved. In Alpha Sapphire, when stuff evolved, I turned 3D back on. Aside from that, though, I never use 3D in the games, in any game. Especially since like Gen 7 doesn't even have 3D in any capacity. That's good to hear, Specky. Crickettoon's cry would be an awesome text notification noise. I should just make that like the noise for every notification on this stream, like at full volume. Yeah, Poketuber, Swampert, I get it. Thankfully, I did learn about it before I started hunting. But yeah, it would. I definitely appreciate like you trying to make sure I don't get to like encounter like 40,000 and not have known it. But yeah, I do get that like occasionally where people are like you know that like you have to reset. But yeah, I'm aware. That's actually what we're resetting for right now. Is it really A-Drive's donation sound? That's pretty cool. I haven't watched his streams enough to like actually see a donation, I don't think. You just joined, so you don't know if it's been done like this, but to make it easier, you can check the route run sign to click A. Yeah, I do know about like using that sign to determine timing, but like I've said before, and like I know you just said you're new, so you haven't heard. If I was doing this by myself and not streaming, I would definitely be checking that timer. But because I am streaming like this, it's a little bit more difficult to check the timing on everything. Just because I'm talking so much, it's already hard for me to keep up and mentally think about when I have to do something that isn't just an autopilot thing. Because like I'm talking and just my hands are kind of moving. So like if I was to do the actual like watching the sign thing, which I've done a little bit, I noticeably stop talking when I watch it. What is my favorite shiny sprite? So shiny sprite-wise, probably my Milotic, yeah. My favorite shiny Pokemon is my Milotic, so I guess that would translate into the sprites as well. That is like by far my favorite shiny, because it's already one of my favorite Pokemon, and then it changes it to a really cool color palette on top of that. How many shiny Pokemon do you have? You have 341. That is crazy, Mega Decidueye. I have about somewhere between 93 and 100. I recently like took pictures of them all to like verify them on the subreddit. It's getting close to the time because I do it every 50. I've been trying to do it every 50. I got it at 50 and I'm planning on getting it at 100. But like I took a lot of pictures of them, and in the pictures the album counts like 99, but in my head I count like I want to say like 94, 95, because like obviously. Or like in my head I count 93 instead of counting like 95 or 96. Because I know a couple of them won't count anyways because they're not my trainer ID. Like the Shiny Tapu Koko won't count, stuff like that. But so I've caught about 93, I want to say. This will be 94 or whatever. But most might have been in Pokemon Sun through SOS training and Masuda breeding. Create my own Pokemon with a typing, design, signature move, and if it's a legendary or not. I'm not the most imaginative, but trying to think of like just kind of something that we don't have a real Pokemon of yet. Like something that's not outlandish or anything. Like I'm not going to be like, we need one that's a lamp or something. But I'm trying to think of like an animal that really doesn't have like a lot of shiny representation. Cause like, you know, you think, you know, birds, there's plenty of flying types, and most of those are birds. You look at fish Pokemon, and for the most part, there's sharks, there's regular fish, there's whales, which, while not technically fish, are still the water types. There's a lot of dog Pokemon, there's fox Pokemon. That's a really tough one to think of, like, something to turn a Pokemon into. I don't know if someone else can, I don't know, it's pretty... I don't know. If everyone could go with Pokemon in the chat, that'd be pretty cool. I could probably think of, like, a typing I'd want. Like, how many water ghosts are there? Are there any? I don't think Sandygast is. You're Portuguese, but rather speaking a language everyone understands. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people in the chat have been like, English isn't their first language. But, I mean, that's always okay. I get that and everything. Robbie Major, welcome to the stream. Yeah, we all appreciate that. I mean, it's... I do see occasionally, like, the chat goes into a different language, and that's fine by me, you know? People being able to talk and whatnot. I think there was... One of my first streams, like, the chat was entirely Brazilian. I think it was Brazilian. It was... Like, I'm pretty sure they were Brazilian, and, because they mentioned it, and they just went off, and they were talking, and they were like, the stream's English, but the chat's Brazilian. The chat's for us right now. I was like, alright, that's cool. You know, I couldn't understand any of it, but people are having a good time. But it is nice, like, when people, like, speak English and I can hear it. That's always cool. There isn't a sea cucumber Pokemon yet. I mean, there is Pikamuku. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's pretty much almost everything at this point, I would assume. There's eels. Unless you start... That's kind of where, like, I give Game Freak some slack. When they have Pokemon, they're, like, trubbish. Just because... No, sorry, that yawn kind of came out of nowhere. But yeah, so I give them a little bit of slack. There's only so many ideas you can really think of. Jellicent? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's also cool. Brazil is cool. Brazil is cool. There's a lot of people who tune in from Brazil, as well as there's a lot of people who tune in from Europe too, which is kind of crazy because it's already pretty late at night for me, and I'm like on the east coast of the U.S. and these guys are tuning in. And it's like, oh, it's like 4:30 a.m. and I'm just like, guys, you have like school and work, don't you? Like, I guess summer vacation is still a thing. Are you thinking about jellyfish there, Thunder Daniel? Yeah, okay, you are. There's even trash Pokemon, so... Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying, is, you know, people are upset that, like, Pokemon aren't necessarily natural anymore. Which, granted, there's been Magnemite and things like that from the beginning, but, like, I can see robots kind of more as Pokemon as well. Like, a robotic-esque Pokemon. But when it's, like, the bag of trash, or floating gears, things like those, it's kind of weird. But like I said, there's only so many ideas you can have before you start being like, here's another generic bird that looks very similar to Pidgey, but it's not Pidgey, I promise. You know, stuff like that. How many Australians are here? I'm not sure. That'd be pretty cool to see some Australians here. Yeah, Pixel, I'd like to see a lot of Pokemon get evolutions. Like, I know it'd be a little bit boring of a thing to do, but if like they just spent a gen giving some more Pokemon evolutions, like I feel like that's a great way to make, like maybe don't add as many like brand new Pokemon, but add like evolutions of other Pokemon. That'd be kind of cool. Like I know some Pokemon, part of their point is that they are like one evolution line, like Kangaskhan. They're not going to make an evolution of Kangaskhan. You could, depending on your like thoughts of it, Cubone could be technically kind of in that family, but it isn't technically. But I don't think they're gonna have like an actual evolution. The things like Kangaskhan, but if like Corsola or something got an evolution, that'd be pretty cool. It's almost 2 a.m. there in Portugal. Yeah, Nuno, like when you guys talk, or Mau Mau, who I believe is from Greece, like. For him, he like leaves the streams around now, and it's like 4 a.m. And I'm like, dude, like, you can sleep. I won't be offended if you choose your bed over me. Like, I understand that entirely. Did you just like go in and look up cricketoo noises, Tony? Oh boy, you crazy. Voltorb is the laziest Pokemon design ever. It's a freaking Pokeball. I don't know, I like it. I kind of like how it like lends itself to the, there's a random item on the ground and you pick it up and it's a Voltorb. But that only works in like the game graphics. I can't imagine some like anyone walking up to a Voltorb in real life and going, that's a Pokeball, I should pick that up. There isn't that much of a kangaroo Pokemon. I get the Kangaskhan, it's supposed to be a kangaroo-ish Pokemon, but there could be a better one. I actually, like, today realized, oh yeah, Kangaskhan is more of a kangaroo than anything else. Like, I was like, oh wait, that is where they draw the like, inspiration from. Because it got mentioned on another stream I watched today. Like, you know, like, there's no kangaroo Pokemon, and someone's like, oh, Kangaskhan. I'm like, it finally clicked for me. I was like, oh wow, yeah, that is what it is. Love Disc is the laziest. It's just a sideways art. True. I do have a Love Disc shiny though. That was a pain in the butt to catch because Love Disc doesn't like calling for help. You still can't completely understand how someone can mistake a Voltorb for a Pokeball. They have different sizes. Exactly, Local Highland. Exactly. That's what I was saying. You know, like I get it from the overworld perspective of it's essentially still an item, but in terms of like if I was an actual person walking around, I'd be just as likely to mistake that for a Pokemon as I would encounter any random wild Magnemite or Voltorb in like the electric plant on the metal ground, you know. Love this is based on a pink fish shaped like a heart that kisses each other. Is there actually a Pokemon or an actual animal it's based off? Okay, that'd be pretty cool if it was. The only what if a shiny hunt went up to 1 million. That would be pretty crazy. Hopefully we aren't the first ones to do that. I'd like to get this thing pretty soon, I will be honest with you guys. You can't shiny hunt an emerald. You'll get the same Pokemon though. So in a sense, you will get the same Pokemon. It just depends on what you're doing. Personally, I don't mind encountering Pokemon with the same natures and stuff. This is mainly, granted, I'm making like a whole thing out of this and doing like a shiny badge quest. There will be a lot of shiny hunts. The main reason for this is I wanted to stream, and the only way I can stream is with Game Boy Advance and earlier, just because I have a GameCube to stream off of instead of a 3DS capture card. So there's that, plus I want the Weather Trio. I want those as shinies, and I can't get those as shinies in the newer games anymore. So essentially RNG clones, granted legendaries will probably be runaways anyway, which means the RNG won't be as big of a deal. But if they're RNG clones, it's still better than not having them or have them be a gen Pokemon, in my opinion at least. To me, Muck is the laziest Pokemon in Gen 1. It's a pile of sludge with a face on it. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like they both got away with, yet at the same time had more... I feel like they could get away with a lot more lazy designs then, because there was no comparison, and it was, you know, what people end up looking back to and making like, that's different, that's an exception. When it comes to like, when people said like artificial looking Pokemon are weird, and it's like Voltorb and Magnemite are things, what about those? Like, those are different. Those are, you know, the nostalgia glass is helping. But, I don't know, I feel like, they made some kind of bug Pokemon to be poison types, but, like, how many Pokemon were really poison types? They needed something. Like, I get it, it definitely is kind of lazy design-wise. Explain the RNG, about 10 times a stream. Yeah, I explain it a good bit, but it's not that. Like I said, I don't personally care if I end up having some RNG clones. It is what it is. It's still fun to hunt, and it lowers the challenge a bit later on, but it increases it now. And Emerald's really the only game I have to hunt in aside from Leaf Green, and my copy of Leaf Green is Japanese, so doing any kind of playthrough afterwards would be a little bit weird. If we get the shiny, hopefully I won't react so loud like A-Drive. I don't know how loud I'll end up actually reacting, but I will tell you, I believe my mic right now is about, it's like maxing out now, I think. Like, I don't know how much louder it'll actually go. Like, on OBS, me talking gets really close to the top of the decibel bar, but I don't know if it'll, like, keep going past that or not. But the laziest design ever in the world will be Libya's old flag. Just green. Yeah, just like a green rectangle. I mean, it makes it easy to tell whose flag it is. One YouTuber that has very mellow reactions is your fried bread. So I know I've had, like I've said before, this is a completely new ball game for me. You know, full odds hunting. It's on stream. It's the first time I've hunted anything that is an SOS shade. It's not my longest hunt. I feel like my reaction will be different than it has been in the past. But in the past, my reactions had kind of gotten to the point where I was still excited, but I was so used to catching them like in public and stuff that it just kind of got to the point where there's, oh, shiny. So like anyone who was sitting with me, like friends who knew I shiny hunted and were into Pokemon, knew that what I got was a shiny, and I knew I caught it finally. But it was just kind of like, oh hey, there's another shiny. Like, it wasn't loud by any means, you know. Oh wow, would you look at that? Yeah, that's pretty much how I react normally. I may be a little bit more excited this time, just because the hype of, like, finally getting it after over 6,000 encounters, you know, that kind of thing. I'll probably be a little bit excited about it. I will be excited, but I'll probably more express it than I would normally do so. You're sure Ditto was designed by a kid. It's like, what is it? It's Pokemon. What? Which Pokemon? It's every Pokemon. And then some developer at Game Freak was like, yes. That is exactly what we need in these games right now. Ditto's a child drawing a Mew, which explains the conspiracy. There you go. Yeah, because isn't the conspiracy essentially that it was a failed Mew clone? And then because it was Ditto, it could make more of itself? Yeah, see that? Oh, shiny, that was cool. Like, it's really up to different people what they kind of like. But that's where, like I said, that's where I kind of got to, was after 90 plus shiny hunts, all through SOS and Masuda methods, so it wasn't like, there wasn't anything like new and fresh about it. It was just kind of, oh, there's the shiny. And the other thing was, like, I never wanted to get super excited until I had it. Like, I didn't want to freak out and go, oh, there's the shiny, and like be freaking out, and then, you know, fail it. And also I realized me saying, like, oh, shiny over and over again, someone's gonna, like, be, like, not paying attention to the visuals and think that I actually, like, saw it. But we haven't seen anything yet, unfortunately. Cody Scroggins, welcome to the stream. It's okay if you're a little late. We've still got about an hour to go. We need a flag Pokemon with the same mechanic as Pavilion. Isn't Pavilion essentially a flag Pokemon because of that? Like, it's all based on your region, right? You just found out that your fried bread and Candy Eevee are a thing. Really? Like, are they really together? I haven't even heard of your fried bread. I do watch Candy Eevee occasionally. Thank you, X-Rider. I appreciate it. Yeah, I hope we get it soon. I really want to get it soon. Like, if we got it, like, right now, like, by the end of this stream, that would be so awesome. Because, like, that kind of feel cool in a way, you know? Because, like I've said, I'm not streaming tomorrow because on Tuesday I'm moving to my new apartment. So it'll be like, that'll be kind of cool to like start a new Pokemon at the same time as kind of like starting up and living in a new place and stuff. Granted, like I've been in like that college for forever, but like new apartment entirely, it'll be new. Like a new place streaming and stuff to start with a new Pokemon would be kind of fun. Let's get a Dunsparce evolution at level 99. Oh boy. The true endgame Pokemon. Oh, well, welcome to the stream, Arthur Maros. And Lucas, welcome back to the stream. Dunsparce evolves when happiness is at 0. You just have to, like, have it faint over and over and over again. What if they had Alolan Megaforms? You know, I feel like they specifically chose Pokemon that don't have Megaforms to make Alolas, just so they didn't have to design Alola Megas. Because personally, I feel like Game Freak kind of made the Megas and is almost moving away from them again. If they're kind of like, these are cool, but let's forget about them and look at this next thing. It's okay, Cody. Yeah. Gaming Whale, what shiny will I find next? So, once we find the Treecko, I will be hunting for a Charmander in my copy of Leaf Green. Basically, if we find Treecko, I will be immediately, like, I could almost in the same stream switch over to the Charmander and go for it. Then from there, I don't know, we might actually, I'll be doing a Shiny Badge quest in Emerald throughout that time, obviously, and what will happen is I'll be doing, like, a bunch of shiny hunts through that, and I may also do some hunts with Leaf Green, too, at that point, where I go for, like, the legendary birds and stuff. Back at dinner. Welcome back, Shiny Sandslash. You're from Brazil. Well, welcome. Welcome to another Brazilian. It's better the evolution of Shuckle at level 100. Whew. What do I think is the creepiest thing in which Pokemon game? Like, in general, it's not, like, super creepy, I guess. Like, I'm used to it, and, like, I didn't really think about it until later on. I was like, the entire, like, fact that you kind of fight, like, ghost Pokemon in general, and Lavender Tower and stuff, you know? Like, there's this whole graveyard, and you're essentially fighting the spirits in the graveyard. You're hunting for a shiny Wimpod and Sun. Good luck, Lucas. I hope you get it. Wimpod's a pretty cool shiny. I really like the red on it. Thank you, Ryan Palmer. I appreciate it. Hopefully we can have some pretty good luck here in the last hour or so of the stream. Currently doing a shiny badge quest in your white copy. Good luck, Pixelab. Yeah, this will be the first time I ever do like a shiny badge quest. Which, once we get through the Treecko, it shouldn't be too difficult because I do have the advantage of RNG at that point, being in my favor. Sweet, Wimpod's nice. Wimpod is pretty nice. It's hard to go for if you want a soft reset for it because the setup is so like convoluted of like essentially trapping the Wimpod into running into you as soon as you start the game. But breeding for it's not bad. Like if you can Masuda method, it's it's obviously it's not going to be too bad. And Wimpod actually produces eggs pretty quickly. Cool Green Gaming. I haven't ever played Roblox. Here, what's the first shiny I've caught? So the first shiny I ever caught was a Ditto in Pokemon Sun. What I wanted was a shiny Rowlet, so I had to breed for it because I wasn't crazy enough to A, reset my game after I beat it, and B, go through that like 2-minute long cutscene every time. Every time the Pokemon wasn't shiny. Sorry about like that half yawn. So I was like, I'll breed for it, and I didn't do any research on actually breeding for shinies. I was just like, maybe if I get a shiny Ditto, logically that makes sense that if I have a shiny parent, it'll more likely give a shiny offspring, which was the case in Gen 2. But so like I said, I didn't do any research for that, but to get that Ditto, I did all the research into how to SOS chain for a Ditto so that you never had to worry about reset it, or like swapping the chain, you never had to worry about it copying you, all this stuff. And when I got the Ditto, when the shiny finally popped up, I went stupid and I threw out my Decidueye immediately. Because that's what knows False Swipe for me. And that's why I used to like catch everything, because it's also level 100. It was level 100 by that point. But I was stupid because Decidueye is Ghost type. I had no way of false swiping a Ghost type. I didn't know Soak or Foresight or anything at that point. So I couldn't false swipe it. I had to like Leaf Blade it twice, hope I didn't crit, and throw Pokeballs at it until I caught it, and it KO'd like half my Pokemon because it had the stats of my Decidueye. Yeah, Golisopod looks pretty cool too. I really like what they did with those shinies. Like, for the most part, it's pretty subtle, aside from the red, but it still looks so nice. Oh, yeah, so someone asked what a shiny badge quest is. So, it kind of varies a little bit, but, like, my interpretation has been you get a shiny Pokemon before every major battle. Some people that's gyms, some people that's, like, every battle that isn't just a that is, like, a named trainer that's important to the story and you battle more than once. Like, I'm basically doing it where it's gyms plus, like, Archie, Maxie, and May. And maybe Wally, Like, those kind of battles. Those are the battles that, like, I'll catch a shiny before. And you have to catch a new one every time you come up to one of those battles. So it adds a little bit more excitement to the game because you actually have to do a bunch of hunts while you're playing. You're pretty sure that Treecko is an easy Pokemon to shiny up for. I'm wrong, let me know at 1. So, it's just difficult in Emerald in general to hunt for a starter, because soft resetting for Pokemon is kind of... Normally it's truly random. Like, everything plays in the RNG in such a way that it is truly random, but in Emerald, the issue is that it is not random. Like, it basically... You'll generate the same Pokemon at the same point. Alien199, thank you for the sub, but you'll generate the same Pokemon at, like, every point from... Like, every single instance, every frame, the RNG is the same as it was the last time you soft reset. So you get to a point where, like, a save won't give you a shiny when you soft reset. So what I have to do is I have to reset the saves every once in a while. But yeah, that's the only issue with shiny hunting in Gen 3. What is my favorite shiny? So, Lucas, my favorite shiny is shiny Milotic. Just because Milotic is always one of those really cool Pokemon because it was so rare in Gen 3. And it also already looked really cool. So, to me personally, I was like, yeah, like Milotic's awesome. And then I saw what the shiny looked like with the blue instead of the red and that gold tail. It looked so nice. I was like, I need it now. So, I went out and immediately started hunting for a Feebas in Sun to get a Milotic. Welcome back to Llamas. Haven't seen you in a while. I'm glad you could tune in. Technically, it's a badge quest since only involves the gyms. Okay, yeah, that is true. That is true. I've heard like variations of it though, where some people do rivals and stuff. I'm not sure 100% what I'll do. I may do like, not to make a pun, but I may have May as one of the factors for it as well, just so we get a couple more hunts out of it. You know, I'll be giving a shiny myself. Thank you, Blastoise Master. I hope we get it soon. Milotic is super tanky. Yeah, see, I always just look at aesthetics of Pokemon. I'm not the most competitive. So if you ever ask me, like, what should I add as, like, the 6th member of my team or something, I will have no clue. Personally, I just choose Pokemon if they look cool, and, over-level to compensate for any lacking types. Nick M., welcome back to the stream. Which shiny do I like better, Poochyena or Zigzagoon? Probably Poochyena. You cry if you think about the day you decide to hunt for a normal Feebas in Gen 3. Dude, that's just crazy. I mean, it's a, like, what, 1 in 100 chance of getting it. You have a shiny Milotic too? Awesome, Mega Decidueye. Yeah, I am. I've been going for a living shiny dex in Pokemon Sun. I have all the way through Sudowoodo or Happiny. I think through Happiny as shinies. Like, straight from Rowlet to Happiny, I have shinies, and then I have various ones throughout the Pokedex. From there. Am I gonna shiny hunt a Feebas and Emerald? If so, good luck finding the tiles and the frames. I don't think I'm gonna do that, Thunder Daniel. Unfortunately, I am not that crazy. I do not wish to try to get the 1% chance Feebas as well as the shiny odds. Partially because I already have it in Sun. It was so much easier to get in Sun because it's like a 5% chance of encounter, and then you can SOS chain at that point. And alright guys, so I'm going to be resetting the save possibly 2 more times tonight. We'll see how close we get to the end before the next reset. Blastoise Master by Shiny Zigzagoon? Not yet, so I'm still resetting saves. Isaiah Santos, welcome to the stream. Sorry if I pronounced your name right, or if I pronounced your name wrong. Mildred Gaming and More, welcome to the stream. Well, that exists. Thank you for the sub. Jatai, welcome to the stream. If I have not seen your name before, I may have read some comments, but first time seeing your name, so welcome to the stream. May not believe you that you would actually find the Feebas tile 1 year later when looking for Nirvana. Dude, I believe you entirely, because you're like one of those people who, when you find something, you've posted it. So I'm 100% inclined to believe you. So, yeah, finding it that much later. Like, there's ways to at least, like, research what the tile is, I believe. And I appreciate that in Ores, when I went for the Feebas to get, like, my just Pokedex, like, it's consistent between saves now. Like, that's at least nice. Your game randomly shut off and you're about to make a good trade. Oh no, Green Gaming, that stinks. Here, do I have a shiny fail? You have one with a shiny Rockruff. Aw, I'm sorry to hear that. Fortunately for me, I haven't failed any shinies, but I know that me saying this, because I've answered that question a bunch of times on the stream. I know saying that, I'm going to eat my own foot at some point. I'm going to completely fail one, like straight up on stream, all because I've said, oh, I haven't failed one yet. And like the almost 100 I've done, I've never failed one. But that just means I'm going to mess one up horribly at one point. How old am I? So I am 20 years old. And I've said it a couple times, but I am in college, and I will be moving back into college in the next couple days to start my 3rd year. Thank you, Isaiah. I appreciate it. It was in, like, 2009, man. It's weird to think how old these games are. Like, it's 2017. At this point, I think, Gen 4 is almost, if not 10 years old. You only have one. Shiny wise, Jackstar. That's cool. Still, I mean, most people don't have a shiny at all. You released a shiny Rattata. What? Why would you do that? In Pokemon X and Y, you found a shiny Basculin, but it used Final Gambit. Yeah, that's what... I am terrified of Pokemon that know self-KOing moves. Like, that's why I specifically bred for Minior instead of trying to do, like, random encounters for it. I was like, I did not want to deal with, self-destruct. You know, I had a Damp Golduck that I could have used, but I just didn't want to risk it at all. This game came out the day you were born. That's crazy, Dark Galaxy. That's awesome. I was probably like 8 when it came out or something. I'm not sure. I forget when the games actually came out, but I know I was 8 when I got my copies of it. Your school starts Thursday. You're 9 and in 4th grade. That's awesome. Yeah, my school starts next Monday on the 20th. My school starts, next Monday, I think the 21st. But I move into my apartment on Tuesday, so I have like a week to kind of get set up and figure out the bus schedule and, you know, get groceries and all that kind of stuff. You are a shiny. That is true, Shiny Sandslash. It is right in your name. You're going back to school in like a month. Yeah, a lot of places have a lot more time off than I do here, Thunder Daniel. College is a bit different, but I know like public school wise, we always got out early relative to the rest of the country, but we always went back early relative to the rest of the country, but we got out like a couple weeks earlier as well. You caught one legit shiny, and it was a Kricketon in Soul Silver in a bug catching competition, and you got 3rd. Getting ripped off there. That's why you like this game so much. Fair enough, Dr. Galaxy. You got a bit more sentimental of an attachment to it than I do, than most people. You go back to school tomorrow. Yeah, I know a lot of my friends actually go back tomorrow as well. School around here has been back in session for over a week now. Like normal grade school stuff, but college is obviously a bit different. They're all on their own schedules. But yeah, I know a couple of friends who they start tomorrow. A lot of my friends start like a week after me too. First off, we said on the save is shiny. I would hope so, Blastoise Master. I hope so. We're going to see if this one is shiny. If we get a shiny Zigzagoon on this one, it is the one frame, is the one encounter that would stink to get a shiny on. Just because you get it on this encounter, you would have to wait the amount of time that you waited for getting to that. Like, you'd have to basically wait for the entirety of having set up the save and gone through meeting May and naming yourself and all that. You're nervous because last year you went to the YMCA pool. Aw. You missed that? Yeah. Pools are always nice. I haven't been swimming in a while, though. I have chances. I just always forget to bring my suit to them. Shiny Blaziken doesn't have any differences from original Blaziken. I believe it does, but, there are a lot of Pokemon that's, just a shade off. That's all. And, my friends, I'm sorry to hear that, Mildred, but, you just gotta... I know you probably have heard this before, and, I'd heard it, but, just be yourself, and there will be people who, like the same things as you, and, have the same interests and think the same things are cool. What is my dream team for Pokemon? So, Funky Cold 38. I do not really, have a dream team. Because personally, I just collect all the Pokemon, and I don't, in my mind, I don't think competitively when I think about Pokemon. There are some people who can name off, oh, I need, this and this and this, and I have to add this for, the special defense aspect or something, and I have no clue about any of that stuff. I just kind of nod my head and go, uh-huh, whenever, my friends who have actually competed in Pokemon tournaments have, talked about their teams and get everything, and I was yeah, I caught another Pokemon that looked cool today. That's kind of how I play Pokemon. I level up my Pokemon enough that it doesn't matter if they have bad natures or whatever. I beat the story, I beat the Elite Four, the champion, and then I go on to complete the Pokédex and then start going for shinies. It is a small difference in colors. Yeah, I don't like those Pokemon, you know. It is a little bit boring to have a, like, to catch a shiny and it be almost the same as the original. Like, I always like the Pokemon that, you know, they change up everything. You know, you look at, like, Dratini went from blue to pink. Corsola goes from pink to blue. Like I said, Milotic, it changes the red to blue, the blue to gold. Like, there's noticeable differences in them. Those are the ones I really like. But then there's ones like Pikachu and Gengar and, like, Blaziken's kind of the same way, I think. Oh, sorry, guys. Where, like, they aren't that different. And it just kind of stinks. It's almost, like, disappointing. Like, they're not bad, they're just not exciting. I'm going to end in 40 minutes, more or less. That is true, Filippo. I am going till 10 p.m. Eastern Time, which is in about 20 minutes. Do I know Pokemon Revolution Online? I have not heard of that before, Jayco. What do I think is the luckiest shiny catch I've made? That would probably be my Kangaskhan. I was going for a Cubone in Sun. I needed it to complete my living Pokedex. Like, I had a Marowak and I just needed the pre-evolution to put in the PC and keep alongside it. So I needed a Cubone for my living dex, and I false swiped it, threw a Pokeball, didn't catch, and it called for help. And it called in a shiny Kangaskhan. And I was staring at it intensely, waiting to see if the sparkle happened, just because, like, it was my first wild encounter. It was, like, such low odds of it being called in SOS-wise. And it was shiny. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I wasn't even looking for this, but I need it. And it would have been one of the worst ones to have to hunt for, too. So I was like, oh god, thank you. And, like, I was staring at it like, I'm just thinking that the shiny is a different thing than it is, right? Like, this is just the normal color of Kangaskhan. I've been wrong in my thinking my whole life. But yeah, so that's probably my luckiest shiny ever. So my favorite starter, Funky Gold. My favorite starter is Rowlet, because Rowlet is just overall my favorite Pokemon. Is it strange you stay here because you're Brazilian? No, it's not strange. There's a lot of people here from Brazil. It's probably, like, actually the country with the second most views of this channel. Majestic Ethan, welcome back to the stream. Alright, see you later, Green Gaming. Thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you again next time. You wish for all the shinies they would just do a complete color palette swap with the opposite colors. I don't know about that. I like them being variants, and it's kind of like up to Game Freak's discretion of, like, how do we make this Pokemon... It's always cool when they make it more themed like its typing. Like, Corsola became blue. Marini, even though it didn't become blue, it, like, became pink, and it kind of, like, almost like it blends in better with other Corsola as it hunts them. You know, that kind of stuff. Like, them having their discretion to actually tweak the Pokemon colors, I like that a lot. It's just sometimes they don't change them too much. And I feel like that happens more with the iconic Pokemon than anything. Like, they don't want them to seem so different. That's why, like, I think that's why, like, things like Pikachu aren't that different. Alright, Hero, hilarious, welcome to the stream. Alright, see you later, Dr. Galaxy. You watch the rest tomorrow to see if I get it. Alright, I hope to see you again on next stream as well. Random shinies are the best unless you are prepared. True. Like, that is the one thing that's terrifying. Is thankfully, all of my 3, like, random encounters, including the Kangaskhan I just mentioned, I had a team that was designed to catch Pokemon. I had plenty of Pokeballs, I had Pokemon that knew false swipes, some stat moves if things weren't going well, you know. I was prepared for it. It's just... I can't imagine, like, running into a Pokemon when I don't need it, or when I'm not ready for it, essentially. You know, don't have Pokeballs, don't know false swipe, and I'm way over leveled, so I know I'm going to KO it unless I just, like, use the 2 Pokeballs I have and hope they catch, that kind of stuff. Shiny is hardcore. Shiny hunting can be pretty hardcore, especially when you start going for ones like this, where it's 1 in 8,000 odds. Sorry asking so many questions. That's all good, Funky Cold. I appreciate it. I actually like when people ask questions because, you know, it gives me kind of something to talk about, and, you know, there's not like much like back and forth actual conversation going on. You know, you guys get to learn some more. I get to tell some stories potentially. You know, it's always fun. And it like gives me, it like makes it where the stream's not dead. Like if people were afraid to ask questions or I didn't answer them, like it'd just be me sitting here hunting for a Treecko with everyone watching, and it'd kind of get boring then if we weren't talking. What Pokemon is my first starter shiny? So this Treecko will be the first time I get a starter and use a shiny starter as my starter. The first starter I ever got as a shiny would be Rowlet when I bred for it after the game. If you were to have Pokemon IRL, you would want either an Arcanine or an Eevee. Fair enough, fair enough. Those are pretty cool Pokemon, and they're pretty much like normal dogs up to date, aside from Arcanine being a little bit hotter than most. You hate grass types. Why is that? I actually really like most grass types. That seems to be where like a lot of my favorites come from, water and grass. First off, like, because red isn't one of my favorite colors. Like blue and green are more up there. So I tend to choose the grass and water starters, and they get a little bit more favoritism in my mind. So yeah, I always tend to like choose grass and water starters, depending on what like the gyms ahead are. You mean what Pokemon? I understood you here. I understood you. Just hope Arcanine doesn't burn the house down, or burn you exactly, you know? Like, you have to build, like, you have to think about, alright kids, we're getting an Arcanine as a pup, we're getting like a Growlithe puppy, so you gotta go build a brand new house that's all stone. Not a single piece of wood or paper allowed in the house at all. Hey, you wouldn't have to invest in a fireplace. You just, like, set up your dog's bed in the living room and let him heat up the whole room for you, and you're set. Bernardo, what is my favorite type? So my favorite type will probably be Dark. Like, there's a lot of Pokemon. They aren't my favorite, but it has a lot of, like, really cool Pokemon in it. Like, I can think back to remembering when Dark type became my favorite, and that was, like, when I first found Absol. And, like, a lot of Dark types have always been, like, really kind of cool to me. You gotta hop off for the night, tired day. Hope we get the shiny. Alright, see you later, OGs. Thanks for tuning into the stream, and I can't wait to see you again on the next one. What is my favorite water type? You feel like I've told you at one point, but don't remember. Again, I kind of feel the same way. Like, I feel like I've said this, but I don't know. Gosh, I had to think. Water type wise, I may say Milotic, honestly. Because like I said, it's like already a cool Pokemon to me, plus the shiny adds a lot of bonus points. So I'm probably going to go with Milotic for that. You like fire types? Cool, cool. Yeah, there are cool fire types. It's just when you put them side by side and make me choose fire, grass, or water, I tend to choose grass or water. What are my shots on shiny? Umbreon is your favorite shiny. It is my favorite evolution shiny. I really like that light. I really like the blue. It's one of those Pokemon where they don't change much, but they change enough that it looks awesome. Steel Dragon types are best. They're pretty cool. I do like a lot of the Dragon Pokemon, and Steel Pokemon tend to be pretty cool. I just, you know, like I said, a lot of my favorite Pokemon are chosen based on aesthetics, and I tend to fall more for the adorable, cute type Pokemon like Rowlet. Your favorite type is Steel and Ice Wugalele. Alright. What's my favorite fire starter? That would probably be... That might be Torchic. And, like, when I choose starters, I'll always say the, like, base evolution. When I choose, like, starters and stuff, I choose by the line, like, the whole evolution line at once. That way it kind of, like, simplifies the choice a little bit, you know? Like, when you say favorite fire starter, it lowers the selection down to, like, 7 instead of 21. It makes it just a slight, a tad bit easier. So like, you know, it's kind of chosen like that because Blaziken's also pretty cool. Is what I'm trying, kind of what I'm trying to explain with that. You like bugs? Your favorite Pokemon is Scyther, and water. Most RGB are water. All right, yeah. Like I said, I always choose water and grass starters. Like Squirtle is my first. I chose Froakie in Gen 6. Treecko and Rowlet are the grass ones I've chosen, and I chose Piplup in Gen 4. I haven't played Gen 2, and I haven't played Gen 5, so I don't like have really opinions on those ones. What is my least favorite shiny? Or my least favorite Pokemon, not shiny. I read shiny from the comment above. Funky Cold 38, thank you for the sub. But yeah, so my favorite, or least favorite Pokemon, I don't have like a specific least favorite, but I kind of have my like type of Pokemon that I kind of feel meh, like the most like indifferent, and I don't like ever feel negative about Pokemon. I just kind of feel indifferent towards some, and that would probably be the that'd probably be like all the types of Pokemon that are more artificial, like, you know, like Trubbish and like Clang and all those, you know, the ones that are look more like man-made things and aren't like natural Pokemon, or even like the robotic Pokemon. Like, you know, you could think of like Magnemite and even like Voltorb as being something kind of more robotic than things like Trubbish. So things that are artificial, like based off something artificial, that really don't feel like they could be like living in any kind of way, those are the ones I don't really like. You wish there were no pink shinies? Really, I actually kind of like a lot of the pink ones. Again, personal taste. Dragonite shiny is awful. I mean, I don't know. I like the Dratini and Dragonair ones, but I feel like Dragonites wouldn't be bad if its pre-evolutions were more closely related. Like if they were purple, then it would make sense, or if they were green, they would make more sense. But no, they're bright pink, and you would think that their Dragonite shiny at the end of the line would be fairly similar, but it's not. You have an idea? I should hunt for a shiny Eevee on Sun. I have done that 9 times. I have every evolution as a shiny now. Plus a normal Eevee, because they go for a living day. So yeah, I like spent a week straight catching all 9 shiny Eevees. Shiny Dragonite should be blue and white like Dratini or Dragonair. Like, something like that would be kind of cool, or if it was like, you know, they changed one of the colors to pink, you know? Anything to make it feel more related to them. But it just kind of feels like, in general, Dragonite is the odd one out in its own evolution line. Like, Dratini and Dragonair, you know, they don't match up with it shiny or not, really. Wolfstar, welcome to the stream. Shiny Mudkip rules. Shiny Mudkip's pretty cool. I just like Shiny Treecko a little bit better. Plus, this way I don't have to deal with May having a Grovyle. Shiny Dragonite reminds you of your grandmother's vegetable soup. That's a weird comparison to make, but I honestly can't argue with it. I think one of the few pink shinies that could be better would be Quagsire, which could look a bit more tan, possibly to look like an Exotl. I know what it's supposed to be, and I can't read it. I cannot pronounce it to save my life. Would I rather have preferred that Nidoqueen's shiny would have been purple? That'd be nice, I guess. What region is my favorite, and what is my favorite Pokemon of that region? My favorite region is Hoenn, and my favorite Pokemon in it is Ralts. Shiny Dragonite looks like Barney. Agreed, Brody. Agreed. That's like the first thing I always draw my mind to. Like, it just looks a little bit like Barney. Yep, still not anything yet, Nuno. We are still going for this thing. Hopefully we get it soon, though. I would love to get this thing by the end of the stream, you know? That way I can go and, like, when we move into the new apartment and there's a whole new, like, setup, essentially, we start a new Pokemon then, too. Like, that would be really fun. But currently we still have the previous capture slot just kind of sitting there all lonely and empty. Hopefully we get to it soon, though. I was tempted to put, like, you know, when I first started streaming, I was tempted to put in that spot, like, a, like, an image of the last shiny I had caught before this, but I felt like that would be almost confusing. Like, where's your video on the Nuzlockes or whatever? Like, I think I was something on Nuzlockes at the time. Like, where's your stream for the Nuzlockes you caught? I'd be like, oh, I don't actually have one of those. I don't have a stream for that. I caught it out of the stream. Hope you guys soon, dude. See you next time. Alright, see you later, Specky. Thanks for tuning into the stream. You hate the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime? I understand. I haven't watched the anime, but I do agree that the art style is a little wonky. I like a lot of the animation that comes out of it, but I don't like the art style itself. Mateus, welcome to the stream. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Dragonite looks like it belongs in the Dragon Tail show, to be honest. Like, it seems so, like, big and cuddly compared to, and, like, kind of big and bloated and slow-moving. Like, that's kind of the opinion I get from it compared to Dratini and Dragonair. Dratini and Dragonair are, like, you know, sleek dragon-type Pokemon, and then you just go to Dragonite, and it just looks so off. They don't even feel like we're on the same line. Yesterday, you caught a shiny Machop on Mount Furnace. You're so happy but sad at the same time. You can't evolve into Machamp. Why can't you do that, Bernardo? Is it because you don't have anyone to trade with? Alright, see you later, Nuno. Thanks for tuning in the stream, and I hope to see you next time, man. We will be starting to stream earlier pretty soon. I don't know if it'll happen on the next stream, but it will happen soon. Either end of this week or the start of next. Like, starting sometime after the 21st, I'll probably start moving the streams up a little bit time-wise. So hopefully it's not as late for you when you're watching. Nidoran male evolution line is all blue like the female. Nidoqueen female is purple. Nidorina is purple. And Nidoqueen is green. Yeah, like those are always weird. Like, why do you change it? It's like you had something consistent going on, and you've been consistent every time, but then you change it a lot. Like, it'd be nice if it matched, and like it's kind of cool when they flip like that. Well, welcome back, Ron Palmer. Glad you can make it for the end of the stream. We've got about 20-25 minutes left. You're waiting for a good season in the anime. Alright, I still need to watch like all the Pokemon anime and actually get caught up. Dragonite, the Falcor of Pokemon. 333, and you are at 2,380 runaways, starting to get a little bit tired. Understandable, Filippo. I get that. Shiny Dragonite would look cool if it was yellow plus blue, gold, or black and yellow. Like, it just feels like they chose some of the derpiest colors, but I guess I give a little bit of slack for most of the Gen 1s and Gen 2s, just because Gen 1s weren't ever designed with shinies in mind, I don't believe. Granted, Game Freak thinks a lot ahead, so they may have designed for it. But they just feel... They don't feel like, you know, they were designed for it. So then you got to factor in the Game Boy Color's color was a little bit more limited in its abilities than you start seeing in the Game Boy Advance and stuff. So I get that a lot of the Gen 1 and Gen 2 shinies are the palette, are like, you know, basically change the hue a bit or swap colors so it's at least noticeable. Like that kind of stuff I get. But it just still feels so, like Dragonite specifically just feels so bad. Do I like green shiny Pokemon? Depends. Like they either get it really right or really wrong. Like green's just one of those colors. There's too many like gross things you associate with green for you to find like a unique green that isn't associated with something gross, that like doesn't remind you of some kind of gross thing. And they really have to find that line where it's, you know, if you have a Pokemon that was already a good like neon type green like Treecko, you have to find a green that's different enough that it isn't just like changing the hue a little bit, that it isn't also like taken as some kind of like, you have to kind of avoid making it any kind of brownish green, essentially. Alright, see you later, Bernardo. Thanks for tuning into the stream. I hope to see you again. The worst way to attain Pokemon is events. I kind of agree, because that way, like, if you get the games late, you're screwed. You can't get them. But at the same time, I see where they go with it. It's supposed to like make the events more exciting and give everyone access to it. But it's like, most of the time what they've done with events now is they've taken a Pokemon that most people would want to be catchable, made you be able to catch it in one way, you know, like they make the Tapus, and in Gen 7 they made the Tapus like shiny locked, so you have to go to events to get them, or you have to wait for events to get them, and then they're just mystery gift events, so it's like, it's not even an exciting thing to go do. It's like, it is pretty late, King Ansma, I'm sorry if I pronounced that name wrong, because I know I did. It is pretty late. It is about 9:30 at night here, and I know for a lot of people that watch from Europe, it is even later. Oh no, you woke up your parrot! Ah, local Highland. Hopefully he is not too upset with you. Count on you tomorrow. You will be here. So I don't know if I will be streaming tomorrow, Bernardo. Just because, like I said, I will be packing up and moving out to college, so I probably won't stream again until Wednesday, unfortunately. Just because I move in Tuesday, but I move in like early Tuesday. I have to leave my house before like 9 a.m., so I'm pretty much going to wake up and leave. So I'm going to have to pack up my computer stuff at night, so I probably won't be streaming tomorrow. Just because I can't pack up my computer fast enough otherwise. Yeah, like Felipe said, I'm not streaming tomorrow, unfortunately. I will try to make it up to you guys, though. I may stream a bit more. I may stream like a couple extra times this week. You know, I don't know. No promises, but just depends on how like getting things set up goes. If it goes quickly, I'll probably stream Tuesday. Takes a while, I will definitely stream Wednesday. Yeah, it's up in the air right now, unfortunately. Big changes in my life, so I can't exactly set a schedule. Worcester actually got a shiny Totodile during one of his speed runs. He couldn't handle the shiny animation. I get that. You know, if you're speed running and you don't care about the shiny, it slows you down. Every time you hop into a battle, there's a little bit of a pause, and then the shiny animation, and that costs you frames, which is not what you want in a speed run. You don't have a favorite shiny. Fair enough. Fair enough. I get that. I have a lot that I really like. It's just, once it gets to a certain point, I've caught enough shinies that they're like just regular Pokemon to me in a way. Or I start to pick favorites, because, you know, when you have like 100, you can't say they're all my favorite. When I stop a stream, do I turn off the console? I am soft resetting on. So, Alex, I have been turning it off, just because when I soft reset, it doesn't change it. Like, soft resetting doesn't really change anything. If I was doing, like, SOS chaining, I may leave it. If I was doing some kind of chaining, I'd probably leave it, but there's no advantage gained from going on a chain with this game, and I reset the save fairly regularly anyway, so and the RNG is busted, so there's no reason for me to leave the console on when I'm soft resetting. Alright, see you later, Bernardo. Hope to see you again, and like Filippo said, keep an eye on the Discord if you are not in there. Go ahead and join. I will be posting some updates about when I stream, and hopefully setting a more in-stone schedule pretty soon. What random shinies have I found? So I have found, like I mentioned earlier in the stream, a Kangaskhan, which popped up very unexpectedly, as well as a shiny Pikapek and a shiny Golduck. The Pikapek I found while trying to start a chain with a Yungoos, and I just random encountered it in the grass on the first route. And then I found the Golduck in Pony Gauntlet, where I level up and evolve a lot of my Pokemon. I was trying to evolve a Palossand through swap training, or a Sandygast into Palossand through swap training, and a shiny Golduck appeared. So I do have a picture on my phone of like 2 shinies on screen at once, and I was like, this is like the rarest moment of my life right now, essentially. I also believe Squirtle shiny has a green shell. You like to think that instead of a green Koopa shells, they throw shiny Squirtles in Mario Kart. There you go. Didn't they change a Squirtle shiny though? I know a lot of the same like Gen 1 and 2 shinies got like changed in terms of what their shinies looked like later on. And I know that happened a lot up until Gen 6 when they went to the models. You're gonna be having troubles tuning in the stream because football practice. That's okay, Funky. That's okay, Funky Cold. I understand. Everyone has things going on in their life. Like, I'm basically missing my own streams. Normally I stream on Saturdays instead of Sundays, but I had to stream on Sunday because I can't do tomorrow. It's normally I've been doing Monday, Thursday, Saturday, but like yesterday, Saturday, I had a family thing. Monday, tomorrow, I'm packing up to go to college, so I said to stream on Sunday is kind of like a meet in the middle, not miss multiple streams in a week type deal. Have I ever caught a shiny legendary? I haven't yet. I have a shiny Tapu Koko, but that was, you know, mystery gift. Which also, guys, just so everyone is aware, tonight and possibly tomorrow are the last times to get the Sun and Moon mystery gift for shiny Tapu Koko. That was running from June 14th to August 14th, and it is August 13th right now. For me, I know for some of you it's already the 14th. So if you have not gotten that yet in your Sun and Moon games, I would recommend going and doing that right now before you forget. The next remake is Diamond and Pearl, and you are excited. I'm pretty excited too. I don't know when they'll do it though. It may be a little while. Just because, like, you know, Gen 4 really isn't too far off from Gen 6 or 7. I think it will be in Gen 8 though. Like, I am expecting it first generation on the Switch. Because at that point, it'll basically be half of the way through Pokemon. You know, Gen 4 and Gen 8. I think that's what we're going to start doing. Gen 1 was weird because they didn't remake it with 2, but they remade it with 3. But then from there you had Gen 2 remade in Gen 4, Gen 3 remade in Gen 6, so I think Gen 4 is going to be remade in 8, 5 and like 10 if they keep going that long, you know? I feel like that's going to be the pattern we see, is that every other gen they do a remake. You found Mareep, Poochyena, Onyx, and Pancham 2 days ago. Nice, Ryan Palmer, that's awesome. I think they changed Shiny Squirrel's belly from green to grayish. I think so too. So I remember seeing it as green, but I feel like green was the before they changed it one. You random encountered Shiny Maractus while looking for legendaries and auras. Nice, Alex. That's awesome. 2 years later, finally 4th Gen remakes. Like I said, I'm expecting them to be like in Gen 8. You know, I feel like they're gonna start doing it where it's like every other gen they do a remake. Because otherwise you start ending up with a situation where if they had done it every single gen, you know, imagine they did Gen 3 and Gen 5, Gen 4 and Gen 6, Gen 5 and Gen 7, and right there you're already starting to get like close enough that you can play, like you can play the game and its remake in the same cartridge slot on a system. Which just kind of feels like not the point of it, like, you know. Obviously, I say that, and Gen 1 and 3 were that way. And it doesn't, that's like, the cartridge isn't necessarily like an actual defining factor, but it just, mentally it'd feel weird if we started getting to the point where, like, they made a Sun and Moon remake, and it was Gen 9. Like, that just doesn't feel far enough off for it to warrant a remake. The mini boss, hashtag give shiny frames. Hopefully we can get this shiny lizard here, guys. We have 13 minutes left for the night. Hopefully we can get it. Hopefully 6,300 through 6,350 are our lucky frames here, and we can, if we can at least get a shiny frame by the end of the night even, I would be a very happy camper. Hope they keep the Underground and Diamond Pearl Platinum remakes or make it better. I would like to see that come back, because like I said, I had forgotten about it between having not played much of Gen 4 in a while and replaying it now. Like, I remember doing that as a kid, and I was like, I want to see more of that now. You know, like, that'd be fun. But I think that went offline with the old gens recently. Your friend has a Friend Safari Ditto, so awesome, Noibet. That is great. The only shiny you've ever gotten was the Tapu Koko gift, so it makes you sad. I mean, it's never too late to start. It's never too late to start. You know, Sun and Moon are pretty easy to get into with SOS chaining if you want to start with, like, a Young Goose or something. Or maybe not a Young Goose. I think I know Sand Attack. But, like, yeah, start with a Picky Pack. Something like that. And just, like, SOS chain for it. It's pretty fun. You know, and your odds increase the longer you do it. So, you know, if you keep going, you're more likely to get one. You random encountered a shiny Pancham while messing around with your girlfriend. That does sound kind of weird. King Antasama, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. I'm pretty sure I did. But thank you for the sub. Alright, see you later, Filippo. Thanks for tuning into the stream, and thanks again for that donation at the beginning, man. That means a lot, and I really appreciate it. Because, like, stuff like that's going to help me be able to get more equipment. Like, things like potentially a 3DS cap card in the future. So just like I said, you know, I can't thank you enough for that. That means a lot. And I hope to see you again on Tuesday or Wednesday. Your soft reset for Shiny Mudkip and Omega Ruby right now. Good luck, Alex. Thankfully for you, your odds are a little bit more advantageous than mine. You don't have messed up RNG, and in general, you're hunting at 1 in 4,096 as opposed to my 1 in 8,192. The only shiny you got was a Geodude when you were 7. You got rid of it because it was a different color. Stupid. That's, like, I'm so worried that as a little kid, I didn't understand the significance of shinies, and I saw one, and just KO'd it or something. Like, that is one of my biggest fears of like my Pokemon history, has been messing up the shiny hunt, essentially. Or like not understanding the gravity of the situation and just being like, oh, maybe that Pokemon, because it's different, will give me more experience, and not realizing how rare it is, and that that's not the case, and it's just something you should catch. It's Aunt Esma. Alright. Hopefully I will remember that. I may flub it a few more times, but just correct me when I do. Alright, so you have a Careful Shuckle, so what should you run on it? Right now it's level 1 with Rollout, Bite, Construct, and Withdraw. So someone who knows how to set up a Shuckle, help out Noibat here. Last 10 minutes, come on, red-tailed gecko. Yeah, if we get it in the last 10 minutes, that would be so hyped, guys. Yeah, I mean, we got past 6,300 encounters. Like, this is just insane that we haven't gotten it at this point. Like I said, I know that it could take past 10,000, but I really hope we don't have to get to that point. Like I said, I'd love to catch it tonight before I move into the apartment. So, new apartment, new hunt. Like, that'd be kind of cool. You believe in me? Thank you. Thank you. I believe in myself, too. Hopefully the RNG gods are on our side with this reset. Catch it. I think he, like, bred for it, so he said it's level 1. If I get it on the stream, I should name it hashtag Sprite04ever. Like I said, Noibat, I have a name picked out for it, unless the number was guessed, but I don't think anyone guessed around these numbers. If it's other stream, just Sprite. Like I said again, Noibat, if you can guess the number, I'll let you have it. It'll be named Sprite. Can you just ask, why is Rayquaza shiny? Oh, the silhouette in the background. It does kind of look like a shiny, I guess. You know how much the chance is the chance is pretty much the same as me getting it on any given frame. So it's like 1 in 8,000 that you get it. But that's kind of the fun of the game, though, is, you know, like, if you can guess it, like, then you deserve to be able to name it. Yeah. I know I've said this a little bit. I have all the tabs pulled up to, like, get the API running, but I want to make, like, a YouTube chatbot that can keep track of, like, you guys posting guesses and your names for it, so that, like, you know, either a couple streams down the line, if we keep it that long, or if, like, just do it by stream, you know, people can guess the shiny frame. Your homie Ramon is the one of the only people on the planet to have found 4 shinies in 1 encounter. Dang, that'd be really lucky with a horde encounter. I've seen people get 2. I haven't seen more than 2, though. Has anyone seen a shiny Pokemon you ran away on accident? Thankfully, I haven't. You know, it would be terrible. I feel like this is the hunt that would happen on, if any, or if I soft reset over the shiny. Thankfully, it's not the end of the world, specifically with this hunt. Because the RNG's busted, but, you know, this would be the hunt that I'd be on autopilot enough to not notice that it is a different colored Treecko. Oh, you have, Ryan. Oh, that stinks. What did you run away from? You have 2. I mean, what'd you guys run from? 'Cause, I mean, I feel like it's more these soft reset ones that I would have issues with. But I know Friend Safari is the same kind of way, where eventually you kind of go on autopilot. Or it'd be like a shiny Zubat. Honestly, I feel like if I ran to a shiny Zubat far enough into a cave, I'd just be like, I don't even want to deal with this right now. And just run from it. You still only encountered scripted shinies, that being the Lake of Rage. That's okay though, Thunder Daniel. You know, shiny hunting, it's not like for everyone. You know, if you're not like into if you don't have the patience for it. But I mean, it's still a shiny. A shiny is a shiny, scripted or you know, event or whatever. A Hoppip and XD. Oh no! It wasn't even like a normal. That really stinks. So I am not using an emulator, so I cannot speed it up. If I'm reading the question in the comment correctly, I am using a legitimate cartridge on a GameCube using the Game Boy Player, so I am using an actual GameCube controller, and I can't speed it up, unfortunately. If I could speed it up, I definitely would be rushing through these cutscenes a lot or through the menus a lot faster. You just caught an Onyx Shiny on Mount Silver in Pokemon Soul Silver. Awesome, Mr. Teddy. That is awesome. I said awesome a lot in that sentence, but it is pretty amazing, so. Congratulations on that, man. You found a shiny Magikarp, but it was in Magikarp Jump, the mobile game. It's still a shiny. I don't know what the odds are of seeing a shiny Magikarp in that, though. I deleted the game, because it kept sending me notifications, like, basically trying to get me to play it more, even though I was kind of done with it. So I deleted it, because I didn't play it, and I wanted it to stop bugging me. But I had, like, a regular one that they gave me at the start, and then I had a Calico. I didn't have any shinies, though. You think it's like a 1 in almost 5... I'm not reading 500,000 or 5 million chance of XDing Coliseum. That just stinks, though, losing it. Tomorrow you're shiny hunting in Pokemon Moon. Good luck, man. I hope... What are you hunting for? I want to know. Whatever it is, I hope you get it. I've been trying to breed for a Cranidos in my copy of Moon for the longest time. Like, granted, I took a pretty long break for most of the summer. But where most of the shinies I've hunted through breeding, I get pretty quickly. This Cranidos has taken a good few days of, like, breeding. And it still hasn't come up. Most likely a Pikapeck. There you go. I really like Pikapeck Shiny, and I really like Trump Beak and Toucanon as they go up with it. And the way their beaks look. But even Pikapeck, just that, like, purple spot on its head looks so cool. How's it going? It's going pretty good, Yoshi Bros. We are actually really close to ending the stream tonight. We've about 3 minutes left, so hopefully we can get through, like, 6 more encounters if I go quickly. But how have you been? It's good seeing you on the stream. And Raji63, sorry, I almost like said a random number there. Welcome to the stream. What's up? I'm doing pretty good. Just wrapping up this stream here. Got a couple more encounters we're gonna try to get through. How come a quality stream has 4 dislikes? It happens, Clorox. A lot of times it's like the trolls and the spammers that kept getting muted. Because we did have a good few of those today. But it doesn't matter to me as much because there's spam messages. And the like and the dislikes still count as interactions, and YouTube considers that a good thing. While it is a stream at the very least, if it goes on to not be, when it goes on to not a stream, the dislikes might hurt it a little bit. But once the stream's over, it's kind of dead a little bit. You know, the kind of draw of a stream is that it's live. So to me, you know, people can do what they want. If they actually don't like it, I'm okay with it. To be honest, you know, it's their opinion. You start school on the 28th. Yeah, I start a week before that, so I gotta move into college pretty soon. Mirror B needs to come back, so make a champion or a remake or something. You start school tomorrow. Granted, it's a half day to show us around the school and how traffic class lasts. All right, yeah. I'm like that's pretty much like that's what my first like day or two is gonna be. Is here's what you know this class looks like. Here's what this class looks like. You know. Syllabus day, essentially. But I'm going to spend, like, next week figuring out which buses run to campus, what time do I actually need to get on the bus, like, when does it stop by to make the class on time, all that kind of stuff. Are you too late? Bloody Punch, you are, unfortunately, a little late, man. You are here for the last couple encounters, so you will see that you are here. You didn't make it at the very least, but we are about a minute out from ending this stream. But I want to try to get to 6330. If we can get to 6330 and then do our random Torchic encounter, because we did a Mudkip last time, that will be, I think, how we end the stream. Just took care of a stray cat. That is awesome, Clorox. Last minute shiny, come on. I hope so, Thunder Daniel. If we got this thing, like, right now, that would be so hype. Like, so incredibly hype. 2 more encounters for the night, guys. And then, like I said, the one Torchic as we wrap things up. Right, see you later, Blaze Games. Thanks for tuning into the stream, and I hope to see you again next time. One day Treecko will sparkle. One day. Hopefully that day is soon, though. You know, we've been going at this, like I said, for a month and a half, and we still haven't gotten it. It's time. It's time for it to pop up. We're past the halfway mark. We're getting close to, like, no longer beating the odds. But, I mean, that's kind of what happens. Alright guys, but 6330 wasn't shiny, so I am going to wrap up the stream while we do a Torchic encounter. So I just want to say right here at the end, guys, thanks to everyone who liked and subscribed to this time, everyone who was talking in the chat. You know, it makes it so much more entertaining, and it's always nice seeing that you guys are enjoying this. And I want to give a special thank out for this stream to Filippo C. He's already gone, but if you guys were here at the beginning, he donated $5, which means a lot, and that'll really help out with getting some more equipment for the stream and stuff. So, Torchic wasn't shiny either, guys, so I'm going to wrap this up for the night, and I will see you all next time.